welcome back to Drift Crisis, everyone. It's been a hot moment. The world has conspired to cause problems, but we are so back. Finally, very excited to play once more, and we are starting off kind of immediately in the hot zone. But, of course, first and foremost, to give you all a bit of a reminder as to the situation and what exactly is going on, the drift went and shat itself. That's it. That's the end of your reminder of what's going on. You all know what's happening from there, right?
No. Crazy AI.
Yeah. You guys got to chill out in Desna's realm for a time, take a relaxing break. More importantly than that, though, after finally setting off from Cynosure, you all found yourself given a navigation crystal with coordinates to the astral plane and the river of souls that snakes through it on its way to the boneyard. A lovely vacation spot this time of year, if we're being honest. However, not here to relax. You were sent here because the Wise family, one of the many, many families that were traveling in the drift when the crash happened, had been sent spiraling and crashing into the River of Souls here in the Astral Sea, causing some pretty hefty damage to their ship and leaving them stranded. Desna, asking for your help, has sent you here to make sure they're all okay to the best of your ability and potentially help lead their ship to safety. Upon arrival, you found the Wise family ship, the Curiosity, without too much issue, boarded it, and found the majority of the family panicked and holed up in the cockpit of the ship, avoiding a group of effectively panic elementals that had been manifested out of the anxiety and fears of the family. You managed to deal with the mental elementals without too much issue, and proceeded to meet with the family and do your best to help them. The father of the family, Alvar, as well as a couple of the daughters, Lanny, Indigo, Jacet, Risky, helping to save Risky's life from some injuries he had sustained in the drift crash. And after managing to calm down and speak with the family, learning that since they got stuck here, they had yet to have time to fix their ship because of a massive astral being that had showed up and tried to eat them. Good times all around, really. Who's not into that? But before they could really get eaten, the family's matriarch, Madrit, as well as the family's youngest son, Bennu, hopped into an escape pod and began flying it downstream, using it to grab the Leviathan's attention. We had the world's greatest faux pas when Thinker looked at this family and just immediately told them, "Yeah, your family's dead." No hope, nothing. Just, yeah, they're gone.
I was half correct.
Maybe. The rest of you, thankfully, this is what happens when Kamana left and you let Thinker speak. Problems arise.
Next time, duct tape.
Duct tape the floating octopus. Surely that'll go well. You all agreed to go look for them, see if they were still alive and could be saved, of course, doing the nice thing, and hopped in the Primorata, following it downstream, dealing with souls clinging to the hull, a ferryman that may or may not be a daemon, may or may not be a really powerful psychopomp, might just be a weird guy that started trying to drag your ship off to the boneyard before you convinced him to fuck off. And found yourself further downstream, following the homing beacon of the lifeboat to where it is currently sort of lashed against some creature's massive rib cage and spine. You saw an android open the airlock and jump out into the water to quote unquote water. It's the astral sea. It's just souls. To cause this Leviathan to ignore the lifeboat for a moment, giving you all a chance to engage or do something else of your choosing. So, we certainly can immediately jump into Starship combat and engage here, but if there are any other sort of last things people would like to do, or if you guys just want to hold off on engaging, you are certainly welcome to do so.
Okay. We need to open fire on the pod.
That is a way of solving the immediate problem, I suppose.
I can't.
Surely that will
I
have
think-
no repercussions if you did that.
We missed. Well, I think the android is stuck in the belly of the whale. So should we kill the whale and get it?
The belly of the beast.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are thinking of immediately engaging then?
Well, that's what Durgus the Best wants to do.
Trying to think of any preparation we could do, but other than trying to, maybe recall knowledge more about whales, which I am unable to do with any effectiveness at all, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, you guys
Let's go.
certainly did some at the end of last session to see if there was anything you knew. Unfortunately, aside from the fact that it is an Astral Leviathan, a massive... I don't even want to necessarily say predator here, but just a beast that, floats and eats here in the astral plane. However, one thing you do know about, they do hold grudges, apparently. So if you are going to engage it, probably best to ensure it dies.
I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to make a white whale or Ahab.
So maybe we can adopt this whale.
You guys could have two enemies chasing after you. A devil from hell and a whale from the astral plane.
Hear me out. We
Getting a
lure
collection
the
of planar
whale.
enemies.
We lure the whale.
The whale
to the
into
devil.
hell.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. The enemy of my enemy is also my enemy.
And then do the Godzilla let them fight.
Oh, but if we do that from the 2014 movie, then we have to cut away anytime they're actually on screen. We can't show it. Sadly.
Thinker's going to be off in the corner looking at a screen that you can't actually see, and I'll commentate on the fight.
Now that Kamana is gone, we immediately go from, pop idol group to intergalactic fight commentators.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, it's not that big of a career leap. Does anyone have anything else they would like to do, or any other ideas before just someone hops on the guns and pulls a trigger?
I got nothing.
I think swooping and guns blazing seems
Yeah.
like the right course of action right now.
Hey, violence is an answer to this situation, and I will certainly not deny you it. So, if we are hopping into spaceship combat, things are going to get real scuffed real fast. Because spaceship combat's a little bit goofy. So first and foremost, we kind of need to determine generally what role everyone is starting in. You can, of course, always switch around where you are in the ship pretty easily during a round, but just generally to note where everyone is to begin with.
Is the gunship rules still in?
It should
Okay.
still
It's at
be
the top of
in
character creation.
character
yeah.
creation. In the player's guide is where it is. Your general roles, of course, you've got the captain. That's what Kamano is typically doing. You do not have to have someone in that role. That lets you do things like encouraging and demanding to give additional boosts besides what your computers can give you guys. Taunting enemy starships. You have no idea how well that would work on this Leviathan, but hey, it's always something you can try. The engineer...
That won't work.
The engineer is going to focus on sort of buffing the ship. You have the funny overclock action to either buff a shield or one of the weapons, as well as potentially patching or diverting power to reduce glitching conditions and improve shields. Gunners, they gun. That's what they do. Of course, the way we are running it is that gunners specifically choose an arc they are in. So, fore, aft, port, starboard, turret, and you are in charge of all weapons in that arc while you are in that arc. Which isn't a ton for you guys because I think really the only thing you have 2 guns in is the turret, and those are linked anyways. You do have the pilot. I think we can already guess who's going to be in that role, but that is who is going to be in charge of maneuvering your ship. And last but not least... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, I thought you were finished. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Last but not least is a science officer that just messes with shields, lets you do recall knowledges with scanning the enemy, and also attempting to hack opponents. Unfortunately, I can pretty easily let you know, since the Leviathan is a living creature, there's nothing to hack. You guys do not have organic systems in your ship that could somehow connect to the bioelectrical signals of this Leviathan and try and disrupt it that way.
Maybe he has a smartphone.
You mess with the directions on his navigation app.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Get all lost.
The horror.
I believe at the end of last session, we talked about roles a little bit. I seem to remember. I know that Helicon can only really do gun things. My skills are somewhat limited. I think we talked about that Durgish is slightly better, so he should be on the turret.
I'm pretty sure we're equal. But I have diplomacy and intimidation, so I can do captain stuff.
All right, you either work for me. If you do captain stuff, I'll grab the turret. Otherwise, I think you probably should.
Yeah, both of you, I think, have plus 12s to shoot the guns.
Sit on the engineer role myself.
What thinker?
Yeah,
I was going to sit on the engineer role.
Sounds good. All right, so it sounds like, Durgesh, are you on a gun or in the captain position to start?
I will go to captain.
Go to captain. Okay. And Halcon, which gun would you like to be on? Do you want to be on the turret or the forward guns?
I'll be on the turret.
Or do you want to be on the aft guns and prepare the garbage ejection system?
No.
Coward.
Give it some indigestion. Shoot it in the mouth.
Fan...
Rush at him, turn around 180 degrees, and then we throw garbage in his face.
Yes. That 1d6 damage is going to be real impactful. Fantastic. Then as we hop into this fight, our first phase, effectively the crew phase, is going to be the actions of, first and foremost, before anything else, as the captain. Since the captain can impose bonuses and penalties. So, Captain Sir, what actions would you like to take?
I would like to encourage our pilot.
Encourage the pilot? Fantastic. Go ahead and give me that diplomacy or deception check. You guys are, at this point, level 5, so you are looking at standard DC is 20 for things.
Oh, is it? Oh, boy.
You got
Pretty
this.
high.
I believe in you.
I'm not 20 yet.
That's a natural 20.
How about +2?
Fantastic. Yeah, Amara, that is a +2 status bonus to all of your checks this round.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Fucking
I
go.
see encourage is a one-action activity.
It is, yes. The difference between encourage and demand gives a higher buff, but has an increasing DC as it goes, or as combat progresses. But encourage is basically aiding constantly.
Yeah.
Was the idea
I would like to
behind
encourage the gunner too.
Yeah.
Shoot good.
Understood. Look,
No,
I will.
okay, and maybe I wasn't very clear on that. I'm sorry.
That is a failure. There will be no buff from that. You are not stopped from trying to encourage him again, though. You can always use it multiple times on the same person if you so choose.
I see no problem with that then. Oh, let's try again. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go. Unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to have made buttons for all of these, but Helicon, that is a +1 status bonus on all of your checks this round. And don't forget, you guys have a grand total of 4... You have a Tetranode computer, so 4 times you can give yourself a +1... we'll say item bonus from the computer. That makes sense. On your rolls. That does it for the effectively captain section, the pre-crew phase. The Leviathan only has 3 total actions to fill every single role. What a lame-o. So they will not be taking any captain actions this round.
He's not going to encourage. He's not going to encourage himself?
He's not going to encourage himself, no. Believe it or not, my Leviathan does not have a diplomacy modifier.
Hey, what kind of computer is your Leviathan rocking?
Linux.
That's an operating system. That's not a computer.
I said what I said.
You said incorrectly.
I'm aware. It's a Leviathan. It doesn't know what it's doing. Speaking of you, Thinker, we are on to the crew phase, and as you are taking on an engineer role right now, you have your actions you can take.
I will be overclocking. I don't have anything to do with my third action.
Wahoo!
Standard DC is 15 or 20?
20 is the standard DC for your level at this point.
All right.
And are you shields or weapons?
Oh, weapons. We're
Makes
full
sense.
on shield. Oh wait, no, we're down on shields, aren't we?
All of your shields are full. You just have them spread out a little bit abnormally.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You guys have your forward shields slightly stronger, your aft shields slightly weaker.
Okay. Oh well. Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, y'all. Calm the fuck down.
No, hey man, we've been waiting for like a month.
Who wants an increased damage? What 2 arcs are our gunners on?
Only one gunner right now, but that would be the turret, and either the fore or aft would be the other one you could choose.
I'll take turret. Where's our gunner on?
On the turret.
Yeah.
You're in the turret. Well then turret.
I
Obviously.
don't know
And
if the
then-
overclock would do anything though, because they are already D12
They
damage
are
dice.
already D12s, yes.
Oh, cool. So I'm not doing anything. Lovely.
Would you have
Okay,
liked to
cool.
be on a gun yourself, Thinker?
I mean, yeah. At that point, I can always just move over to engineer.
You could
I
also
don't
be
think I
like
could take
science
that.
officer and do a bunch of scanning if you want. See if you can actively figure out what combat capabilities the Leviathan has.
Sure,
Knowing its
actually. Once I do
knowing
that.
its maneuverability and speed would
Yeah.
be useful.
I'll let you have started on science officer since I was incorrect too on the plasma cannons being already D12s. I missed that. So there would have been no point in starting an engineer to potentially overclock them. So,
I didn't realize this would be a problem, otherwise other guns for the turret might have been good.
truly,
No,
I
that's fine. I don't think it's a problem at all.
yeah, linking weapons was something I sort of had in mind that I would say is like a no-go, but at the same time, I did not put a ton of thought into it. So that's very much an oversight on my part when putting things together.
Let me
for
make
these
my
rules.
computer check then.
Yes. It is specifically to recall knowledge, so make sure it is blind. But any buffs you have to recalling knowledge are certainly eligible.
None outside my Witch Warper range.
What are you trying to, what would you like to figure out for your first one? Your first scan?
Let's get speed and maneuverability.
Fantastic.
Figure out where to go.
Yeah, I mean, this is a massive Leviathan. At the same time, though, it's got a decent speed. Probably about a total of 6 per move action. It does have a turn radius of 3, though. So it has to move 3 whole hexes before it can turn at all.
Okay.
Nice.
Second action, can I hop on the guns?
Yeah, you can absolutely use an option to hop on a gun.
And then
And that'll
I'll
leave
take
you
the
1 action
forward.
left during...
to shoot.
Alright,
shoot.
so that'll be during the attack phase. We'll get to that.
Mhm.
And are you hopping onto the fore or aft guns?
I've got to remind
Look at the
myself
four.
of our actual fucking
There's a
guns.
coil gun on the
There's a
forward
coil
one
gun on the
forward.
forward
yeah,
guns and the garbage
Getting on the
ejection
forward.
system on the aft guns.
Yeah, I'm getting on the 4.
Fantastic.
Goddamn garbage ejection system. Are you serious?
Your garbage ejection system.
I'll eject your garbage.
Fantastic. That's... Unfortunately, my Leviathan's not going to do any crew actions either, believe it or not.
What?
It's not going to overclock?
It's not going to overclock, as funny as that would be.
It's not gonna overclock its mouth.
Believe it or not, its mouth technically isn't a weapon. Kinda.
I mean, neither is my mouth.
Well, that's because you lack imagination. Amara, are you ready to roll off for initiative?
What the fuck?
Let's do it.
Fantastic. There's going to be piloting rolls. Don't forget you have a +2 status bonus. And whoever rolls lower is going first here. Alright, I guess I got a natural 20 also.
Everyone's doing it.
Everyone's rolling natural 20s. But hilariously, this is not a success value set of rolls because we're not setting DCs against each other. It's purely higher or lower, which means the Leviathan has to do any movement actions first. And it is simply going to... it's going to move 3, and... Actually, no, it's not. It's going to just move 1, and not do any form of rotating.
Oh, that cheeky son of a gun.
And that will bring us to your guys' movement phase. Oh, I do have to, I believe, make a stupid-ass piloting roll just to move. Don't I?
Because you don't have a pilot, yeah.
Yes, well, we're technically using the drive action as it is presented in the... Do I want to do a stunt? How funny would that be? You know what? Yeah, the Leviathan's going to do a barrel roll. That'll be funny.
Oh man, it's stunting on us.
Right.
He's styling on us. Yar.
So, we do have to make 2 piloting checks here because they are reckless, and these are going to be at a -2 because of the barrel roll. So, what fun. Is this a good idea? Not in the fucking slightest, but it's funny. We'll keep base DCs as 20 for all of this. So its first reckless action is going to be just fine. Now it has to... Okay, so that was the normal piloting check, if I'm getting all this correct. Now they have to make the actual reckless check to do the stunt itself. That's what I was thinking of. Maybe. I don't fucking know, man. You think I know what I'm doing? Not in the slightest. However, the Leviathan is going to succeed, so it moves forward only that 1 hex, but because it is spinning, it is going to get a +2 circumstance bonus to its AC for this round, which I'm just going to use cover to interpret that as.
This is a neat trick, spinning.
Thank you, Anakin. Amara, that's going to bring us to your guys' movement phase. What would you like to do?
First, which direction is the ship facing?
Currently, it is facing this way. You should see you've got a tiny little chevron
Okay.
to show you which way you're facing.
3.
I am going to evade,
Fantastic.
which is not reckless to me because I have stunt.
Does Stunt Driver just reduce the penalty, or does it fully get rid of the reckless trait?
Oh, he gets rid of it.
Let's go, Amara. Now, it is a normal drive, so how many actions is this drive?
We're just gonna do 1. We're going to see what the bad guy can do first. So we're
Fantastic.
gonna stop here.
Go
Evade.
ahead and give me that completely normal piloting check, then. And don't forget, you guys do have 4 +1 item bonuses you can use.
Oh,
An 18 does fail this
Hmm.
as the normal drive. The current of the Astral Sea is just a bit strong to keep you guys, making it a wee bit hard. So if you keep this failure, you are going to move your entire speed in just a straight line. Or I guess I'll let you guys choose how many hexes you want to move in a straight line, minimum of 1. You just will not be able to do any turning.
well, that's a problem.
All good rolls must come to an end eventually.
I have hero points.
Fantastic. Much better. With that brief moment of loss of control with the current, you quickly wrestle it back, and the ship is yours to command.
Game is currently paused.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Evade, of course, giving you guys a +1 status bonus to your AC, which we'll just use cover to help quantify that.
Half speed, and our speed is 6, so we do that.
Yes. Fantastic. And so you guys are currently rotated that way now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wonderful. All right. That was only 1 action, technically. So you do have 2 other actions if there are other things you would like to do.
What else can I do as a pilot?
The main thing is you can stop the ship as an action and then go somewhere else if you want. Otherwise, you're just kind of on the movement.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I think around the coil gun, we want to keep them. We want to keep the ship or to keep the Leviathan either along this line or this line?
Yeah, it's technically
Yeah.
within the forward firing arc right now.
The
Yes.
coil gun is flexible. It can shoot left and right as well. I don't know what the
Oh.
trait is actually called,
Wait, is
but
it?
it got a very wide arc.
I don't think the coil gun has that trait, unless I'm crazy.
I
It-
thought that was.
I'm crazy. Never mind.
The coil gun has a massive range. It's got a 20 hex range increment, but it doesn't
Right,
have
but
any
it's got a
special
range.
traits.
What is
Yeah,
the weapon?
it's the
Oh, the
gyro-
gyro laser.
The
Yes.
gyro laser has that. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes,
I
yes.
got my guns confused.
So we're all good on pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, I can hit
At
it.
the moment, both our
Alright.
gunners can attack.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll end.
Sounds good. Do you want to use an action to stop the ship and make sure if something happens it doesn't keep careening forward? Or do you want to just keep it in movement?
Let's keep it in movement. I can control it.
Sounds good. Fantastic. That is going to bring us to the shooting phase, the attack phase, which means the Leviathan gets its attacks off first. Which means I get to use my funny action. This is why I need all of my actions, because this is a 2-action thing for the Leviathan to do.
Oh, it has a ranged attack.
I can't. You guys perfectly positioned yourself to avoid the massive fucking cone I have. That actually...
The whole arc?
No, it's not the whole arc. I kinda is. It's a massive cone in its forward arc. We'll say that gets you guys. Amara, would you mind using the Primorata's reflex modifier of a goddamn +12, giving me a reflex save as the Leviathan opens its maw and begins to suck everything in? Ugh.
Nice.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
You are immediately pulled closer to it. In fact, you're actually going to be pulled pretty much. You guys were here. It is towards the mouth, so we'll just say you are directly pulled adjacent to it. However, you are not swallowed by the Leviathan. As much as I would have loved for that to happen.
I don't like being here.
Well, it's really hard to miss it now.
I know. I did this knowing it was unoptimal, but really hoping that a success would happen. That's going to bring us to your guys' shooting, though. We have 1 action for Thinker and 3 full actions for Halicon. Don't forget, you guys do have your quote-unquote team reactions that you can use each one once per combat and 1 per turn total. So being our 2 gunners, either of you could use the precise targeting reaction if you wanted to.
Seems like a good thing. There's no way to use that defensively, is there? No reason to keep it, I mean?
Precise targeting just ups the success value of your next attack you make.
Yeah, but I mean, the team reaction as a whole, we only have 1 of those.
Every
So there's
roll
no reason
has
to
one.
not use it.
Yeah, you don't have any more for any other way to use one this round, so
Okay.
that would be the best choice, unless you don't wish to use one. Thinker, I did put the coil gun in your inventory so you could fire it from your sheet. There is something unfortunate about you being on a gun, though.
Yeah, I have like a negative 8 million to attack.
Incorrect, you have a +1.
Yeah.
Which, hey, you have the computer.
Make that
And a
plus
dream.
2.
Is everyone okay if I take the first attack for that
Yeah, go for
specific
it.
reason?
Are you using one of the computer's bonuses this round?
Yes. I've taken away
Sounds
one I'm not use.
good.
I'll give myself a plus
Oh, I
1 circumstance.
did make that counters. I'm so good at this game.
Trying to see if I have anything else I can do to make this better for me. Absolutely not. Cool.
You got a +2 in a dream.
I also got warp probability.
You do.
Nice.
So you want to know something really funny?
It's
That
not a
just
crit,
makes it a
so
normal hit.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm aware.
Wow.
If this thing had
Regardless-
not done a barrel roll, its AC is an exact 22, so that would have been a crit. Unfortunately, because it did that barrel roll, this will just be a regular hit from you, Thinker.
I still
Wow,
hit.
it's not,
You still hit.
yeah.
That is also, I
It's
think,
not
the
like-
fourth natural 20 rolled so far in less than an hour.
You know,
We're built
rocking
different,
it.
Mr. Jericho.
we're so back.
All right. The coil gun fires forward, immediately sort of piercing into the hide of this creature. Unfortunately, it does have a form of shields in these large natural defenses it's got going on. So the creature itself is not wounded by that attack, but its shields are definitely damaged. And Halicon, I believe that will bring us to you.
Straight into this creature's gullet. With
I have
the
map
plasma
value
cannon.
as map 3.
Yeah. Are you doing precise targeting on your first attack here?
Yes, we'll do precise targeting. I'll take a +1 from the computer. I've got another +1 from the encourage.
Yeah, so that's a status bonus from the encourage, an item bonus from the computer, and then your degree of success will be auto increased by 1.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Both as a. Oh.
Uh-oh. I think I'm in danger.
For it, yes. I hope so.
Die.
Fucking hell yeah, you are.
That is. I'm
A
gonna. heal
23
from that.
just barely misses. Yeah, go for it. Well, so that would turn it into a hit.
That
But it seems
would
you
be-
desperately want to see a crit.
I want to see this crit. Yes.
Oh boy. Oh goody, we got critical damage coming in.
All right.
It's it doesn't actually double our damage, or unless you.
No, it does.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, we're still doubling on crits.
okay.
It sure looks like it. So let's see big numbers. Oh god.
Ooh.
42. That's pretty good.
That ugly one.
All right. Immediately takes forward shields are down and takes 35 total damage from that gun. It is thus going to take critical damage from the fact that you hit it with a crit and critical damage for hitting a HP threshold.
Yeah.
So, who wants to roll some D100s for me? To see what is glitching. We're gonna need 2 D100s rolled here, and I'll let you guys do that rolling.
I'll do one. Wow.
You almost got a 1. That would have been so cool. A 41 is going to cause the weapon arrays to begin glitching, which actually means we have to randomly determine a firing arc for this thing, which it does have a turret, a port, and a starboard. So we'll leave that up to a D6 here. Its starboard weapons begin to malfunction. Those bioelectric signals being cut off by the massive melting that the plasma cannons just did to this thing. What else have we got? Who else is rolling a D100 for us?
I'll do it.
Let's go.
Nice. We're in sync.
Okay. Fantastic. And I rolled another 5 on the D6. You guys, you're aiming at the front, but don't quite hit this Leviathan head on. Instead, sort of hitting just next to its mouth as your ship is yanked closer towards it by the tide it tries to swallow. And your laser just sears down the entire side of this creature, almost entirely burning off the fins and tentacles it has to help itself fly there. Its starboard weapons are currently glitching 4 and practically unusable. Well, that's the first round of the fight, technically.
That was my first action, I believe.
Oh my god, you have 2 more actions.
I do.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Really?
probably
Really?
not do
What
another
the-
crit.
Yeah.
but
That was only
let's-
1
let's
action.
believe- Yeah, it was 1 artillery shot and a
Oh,
reaction.
damn.
That goes. That will be a miss.
Unfortunately, map comes into play.
Yeah. For my third action, I don't think I've got anything better other than to try another shot.
Yeah, why not?
Unless, actually, are you thinking of shooting again next round?
Thinker.
Finko.
What's up?
Are you gonna stay on the turret? Or Durgash, are you gonna grab a turret? Grab a gun, rather.
Engineering.
I can give someone a +1, but there isn't really a good option for that currently.
The shooting advice also only lasts until the end of this turn.
Oh, this turn, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
never
it's the
mind. I'm
current
just gonna blast
round.
it.
So normally, gunners would want to coordinate, is the idea, and if someone is
I
going to use an
see.
action for shooting advice, they would use that first.
I see. Alright, I'm just gonna blast into space.
Continuously firing at this thing. That first shot did so much to it. But that is going to bring us to the top of the next round, where we currently have our captain, Durgesh, starting off with you. And anything you would like
Yes.
to do.
I just keep trying to encourage everyone right now.
Sure.
Yeah. Encourage for the pilot. What's that? +1.
A fantastic +1 status bonus to your roll, Zamara.
Now for the gunner. Does a good shot. Shoot again. Okay, maybe not.
No.
And is Tinker doing engineering stuff? Or
Yeah, I'll
what's
be on
that?
engineering.
I will encourage your engineering. Do what you need to do.
Oh my god, that was almost
Hell
another
yeah.
nat 20.
It almost was. It would have been great.
Almost cried. Fantastic. So Thinker and Amara are getting +1s this round. Wonderful. Moving into the crew phase, would anyone like to use one of their actions to move to the science officer or engineer role?
Not taking any damage actually.
No, unfortunately. You guys did really well.
Move to science officer and do a scan,
Sure.
and then move there and do a scan real quick.
Yeah, don't forget your
DC
status
is crazy.
bonus. DC is up to 20. It goes up to a normal DC for the second one. And would you like to use a computer
Shit,
buff?
that was blind.
Well, I guess you just have to roll again.
Yeah, sorry. Does anyone else need the computer buffs?
You guys have 4 of them.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you can use them.
I'll take one. That's a circumstance bonus, right?
It is. So it will... it's an item bonus from the computer and a status bonus from the encourage. So you do get both of them.
Perfect. Plus 15.
Yahtzee. Fantastic. What would you like to know with this scan?
Give me a single weapon. How many weapons does it?
You don't want to learn about the expansion bays and cargo of this thing?
No.
That's
Actually, yeah.
fair.
Tell me all of its living crew and its ship classifications.
Yeah.
Mr. Jericho.
Do you see
Let me
all
guess,
of those
whale
eyes on
and-
it?
Let me guess. Whale and whale.
Each eye is a separate entity.
Crazy. What's a single weapon?
I'll go ahead and give you probably its most pertinent one, which it does have a tail lash as a turret weapon that is only a 2 hex range increment, so it's kind of sort of melee, but it can helicopter its tail and hit anywhere around it.
And what angle, what port is currently facing? What side of the ship?
You guys are 4 to
Or
4.
face to face. Yeah, 4-4.
So all 4 of our angles are currently.
You guys are pointing directly at its mouth.
With permission of the team, who cares if I balance the shields just to give us 17 in our port as well, and drop our forward down to 17, give us 17 of full spread. Just because we don't know where it's going to be attacking from next, because we have all of our move phases.
Well, 4 would be it, or port. Why? Do you guys mean to have? I might have missed on that, and it should be 17 on port and 15 on aft. That might have been a me issue. We can actually check that real quick with a scroll up. Am I stupid? Give me one moment. How does one math? Oh no, you guys are supposed to have 17 in everything but the front, which is 19. I just misdid shit. My bad.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, because you guys have a total shield of 70. And so that can be split pretty evenly. So, that's my bad. Sorry, everyone. I know all of you are sitting there scratching your heads going, what is Jericho doing?
Is anyone on the forward firing arc?
That's where you were
No.
earlier.
Did anyone take my spot? Is my question.
Not yet.
No one's moved.
Okay. Third action to.
Go ahead.
I can't do anything else with my third action. I mean, my third action is either change how our shields are balanced. I could make another scan check and try, but that's a DC 25 now. I don't know how successful I'm going to be.
It is DC 22 now.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
it goes from easy to normal to hard to very hard. And easy and hard are only +2, -2 from the base DC.
Let me scan again then.
Yeah.
Sorry, someone is yelling at me.
It's me. Sorry.
You.
Yet another success. What would you like to know?
It's got more than one weapon.
It does, yes.
Does anyone want any specific piece of information other than weapon?
I think weapon makes sense, so we know what to move away from.
Wow.
Oh.
That's what we can learn.
Yeah, you can learn its AC, its reflex save. You can learn its maximum and current HB. Did I fuck that up? Oh, should this guy have a bit more health? Let me check real quick. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Jericho might be stupid.
We know.
No, I just legitimately have no idea why I have the hardness filled out for this creature. Cool. Don't even ask why I have it set as a construct either.
We currently have one of its weapons. We currently have its speed and maneuverability.
Yeah.
We don't need the last two. We don't care about the expansion bays or the living crew. We don't have any tracking weapons, so we don't need to care about its reflex save.
Incorrect. You have a garbage ejection system.
We don't have any tracking weapons, so we don't need to worry about its reflex save.
Coward.
You could
We know
maybe
it's
scan
easy.
to see what the android is, how the android is doing, if the android is doing.
Oh. Could I use
That's
this scan to see if the android?
Ah, interesting.
Content of its expansion base, aka stomach.
That's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
I got above a 22. I got at
Check
least a
it.
22, so.
Check its intense. I can't
For
speak.
better or for worst, you do not detect any other vital signs on or within the Leviathan. There is, of course, always the possibility that perhaps the android didn't get eaten and is still out in the astral sea itself somewhere. But
Survivability isn't high in the astral sea.
or take a dip in the River of Souls to cool off after a long, hard day of work.
No, thank you.
I don't know what he was thinking.
Oh.
That's all my actions.
All right. Then we are back to pilots rolling initiative, unless anyone else wanted to move to another crew roll here and do something with it.
I'm out of actions.
Fantastic. Then that is going to bring us to initiative rolls. Surely I'll win this time. I've got a chance. I succeeded. All right. Then, Amara, you are up first for choosing how to move your guys' ship.
I'm going to do, what is it? The
Flyby
Yeah, I was thinking.
or
flyby.
back off?
drift.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm going to do that special piloting thingy. Where's the? Why didn't
Oh,
it
the pilot's team reaction? The dangerous stunt?
Yep.
Fantastic. Auto succeeding at both checks and making the Leviathan just automatically off guard until the end of the round.
Nice.
Fantastic.
So we drift half speed. So
Yep, so you guys can move 5.
3, 4. Can up way over here and still be on the map.
Actually, I was thinking more this way.
But that goes off the map.
I know.
Don't go off my map, please. Here, you know what? Just for zest's sake and give you some room if that's where you're thinking of going. What just happened?
Oh,
Whoa!
it's abstract.
Then I'm going to do use my other action to drive.
Yeah, so you can do some regular movement and some turning.
Yep.
Fantastic.
1, 2. What's our turn radius?
2.
2.
So
So
1,
You have to
2.
go.
The ship is
Yeah,
currently
that's-
facing
yeah.
this way from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So you
I'll move you back down. I got you.
So we have
So
to go
this-
here,
here.
for your turn.
There's walls.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So we'd be turning
Yeah.
that facing,
Yep.
turning again. Then 1, 2, turn.
Here.
Wait, so you started here,
Mm-hmm.
so that would have put you there, then to here.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Then
then
we turn.
from here you can turn and move some more.
Yep. And turning that way. There.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Managing to get all the way behind this thing.
Mhm.
We love it. We love it. We
Just
love
admit
it.
it bothers me that the direction of the ship is not where the image is pointing.
That's what the little chevron is for.
Mhm.
I
but
knew what
the
shenanigans I was getting into when I made these starship tokens. Chevron is for consistency's sake. Sir, you can absolutely see it on this Leviathan, can't you? It's hiding under his chin.
And under his tokens.
Fire down its skillet. Now fire up its ass.
Well, he's gonna turn around.
The Leviathan is going to... I think is going to also perform a stunt and is going to use the dangerous stunt themselves to do a flip and burn. So they are going to move up to here, effectively, and flip around, and then they are going to come back right down to here with their second drive action, and are going to then turn as well and present to you their side, which would realistically be the starboard side?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll say starboard for that. Fantastic. That's going to move us into Shoesting, which we've only got one person on the guns. Halicon.
All right. I'll take a plus. We still have one +1 left from the computer, I believe.
You have 3 left for this round. The computer
left,
is a
never
per
mind.
round. You get that many
Can
buffs.
he change to the forward arc?
He could.
Because then you could do a fire at will. You fire 2 of your available weapons at an enemy ship with 2 actions.
The forward guns is only a single coil gun right now. You don't have anything in the second forward gun slot.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
couldn't-
it wouldn't include the
turret-
turret.
Would the turn not be included? in
Fire at
arc as
will
well?
is a little unclear with how it's written. It's supposed to be fire 2 different weapons in the arc you're currently in, because you can't break up the fire at will action, so you couldn't do a movement and say you're firing both at will, both a turret and the coil gun. That was meant to be sort of how what you would do instead of linking is having 2 different guns, and then it works a bit like things like double slice work for regular characters, where you can fire multiple weapons in your current arc without really dealing with map.
Okay.
That was the idea behind it,
Okay.
how it's
Well,
supposed to work.
I tried.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but I don't think there's much fancy stuff I can hear. But if we have 3 computers left, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
use all of them because
I think we, yeah, I think
Why
we're
not?
3 still.
I
think
just
only one
realized
round.
also he presented the side that's glitching 4 weapon.
Yep.
Dummy.
It's not like I
Should
could have
our
done
way.
much else.
right. Ooh, good. hit.
First shot is a hit.
You could have turned this way.
I could
Eat
have, but
plasma.
I'm not smart. 23 points of damage is actually not quite enough to deplete the starboard shields. This thing seems to have much stronger defenses on its flanks than it had on its front. Because its front is for eating.
I have heard that about it. Maybe the second shot?
Maybe? Ooh.
Surely the third shot, though.
Hey, never punished for
The
making
most-
3 attacks.
The most reliable of shots. No.
A big old whiff, unfortunately. The Leviathan will use their
natural
Alf guard.
20s.
And they are going to get an actual attack off on you guys. Because they did a dangerous stunt, you guys are also going to be off guard to them. And they are going to use their 2 hex range tail lash against you. Since that is a turret, and they do not have to worry about their glitching 4 starboard tentacle. Unfortunately, I will whiff miserably. It is a sad day in Jericho land, let me tell you. That will bring us to the end of that round. My funny little Leviathan only has 2 actions per round, and or 3 actions per round. Their defenses are starting to get low. Bringing us back to the top with Durgesh. Are you going to continue shouting orders?
Yeah, I think it will.
Okay. You can always move to a gun yourself.
I could. In fact, I think what I'll do is I will. Where's my freaking list? Here it is.
You can do a single encourage move and then 1 shoot.
I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm gonna do a. I'm gonna demand
Oh.
that Halicon not miss.
Shoot
No,
better,
that's a fair
Halicon.
amount.
I think I'm
Oh!
going to that.
No, you should keep it. It's funny.
No, Nah, I don't want to do that.
Coward.
I am a coward.
That is an exact crit success for you. So that'll be a +3 status bonus to your shots this round, Halicon.
Nice.
However,
nice
the
bonus.
DC for
Then I'll
demand will go up to
scamper.
22.
Yeah, I'll scamper to the forward arc to the coil gun.
Sounds good. That will bring us to the crew phase itself. We've got Thinker, I believe you are currently still in the in the science officer.
Yeah.
Look, I tried to lower your shields to give you something to do. I'm sorry. The
Thanks
coil
for-
gun
thanks
can
for
be
trying.
overcharged, though.
Do we have someone on the forward mount, though?
Durgesh
I
just,
just
moved over there.
Then I'll head over and overclock.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me that crafting check.
27, that's a success.
Fantastic.
So, Durgesh, coil gun pops from a D6? What is
D4
it?
to D6.
Have it on my
Yeah,
Turning
D4 to
D4.
D6.
D4 to D6.
I'll make that change.
Fantastic. Thank you, Durgesh. And
That's all
that
me?
is, of course, just for this round.
Yes.
Does the Leviathan want to do anything with a crew action this round? I don't think so. As much as it would be funny to go ahead and overclock itself, it cannot craft.
I think I should try anyway.
Nor does it actually have a computer skill. Oh, it does have a computer skill. I could balance the shields. I'm not going to. So we will just move on to initiative rolls. When your massive Leviathan has a computer skill. Oh, I can't beat that. That's cruel.
That's the way I like it.
Damn, I really tried. I actually could
I
beat that.
Mhm.
Fantastic. Don't forget, Amara, you can always take a computer buff if you want it.
Yep.
For that initiative roll, which means the Leviathan has to move first, which actually really bad. It's just going to stop itself. It is going to do... Yeah, it's just going to use an action to halt its movement in space and sort of wait to wherever you guys go. So, Amara, we are over to you.
Let's see, we're going this way. How do I want to do
Its
this?
forward shields are completely depleted. Its starboard shields are nearly depleted. And it, of course, does have a pretty major injury already. I don't know why this starship really looks like a keychain to me.
I'm going to back off.
Okay, fantastic. Which is just a real easy to do, which I will move you guys up so you can actually move your ship backwards a bit. And since you have your fun driver, I don't think you actually... Oh, you just need to make the regular piloting check.
Yep. There we go.
Fantastic. You just did this massive, big sort of circling maneuver and then immediately trying to throw it in reverse. You definitely hear the engines protesting.
Mm-hmm.
You might even hear something pop a little bit back in the actual Signal Chaos engine, but probably nothing too bad.
Yeah, it's just a
Thinker
crazy eye thing.
screams over the comms. Swearing.
And I... Woo! Crit! Woo! All right.
Fantastic. How dare you get out of my range? That is cruel and unusual.
Yep.
I can't hit you.
I know. It's almost like I played a lot of flight simulators back in the day.
This is so mean. Even my starboard weapon that's glitching 4 only has a 3 hex increment on its attack. Why would you do something like that?
To win?
I'm trying to whack your ship at least once. I won't even get through a shield if I hit.
I don't want my shield to get all unprettified.
Fantastic. That's going to bring us to our gunners, which you guys are up. You have all 4 of your computer uses here.
Yeah. I'll go and use one.
And Halicon does have a +3 status bonus as well, which this would be a circumstance if you wanted. Halicon, you could give that shooting advice to give Durgesh a +1 status as well.
I was about to suggest that. Let me go first so I can
I
give you that
apologize.
+1 instead of uselessly shooting that first shot. Did we use our team reaction this time?
You have not yet, but you can only use each team reaction once per combat. So precise targeting cannot be used again. Otherwise, it'd be a little busted.
Yeah.
It is very good. All right, we're gonna blast this thing then.
Sounds good.
I think we're just about in range. Short is 4 hexes.
Yeah.
That is it.
That's a hit. Fantastic.
For 28.
Ooh. Alrighty.
Good damage.
Yeah, that is... I'm honestly just going to... hardness is great for filling out how much the shield absorbs, so I can deal the rest to him. Hits him pretty fucking hard. I think to the point that it's another damage threshold. Because critical thresholds are 20% of the creature's max HP. And he just took exactly 20% going beyond that shield. So, Halicon, why don't you roll the D100 for me to see what is going to begin glitching?
67.
67. That is going to be its engines are going to begin glitching. It is going to take penalties to all of its piloting actions now. Oh no. That's not good.
Yes.
Don't sound so excited.
Right, second shot.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
I'll take a +1 on this.
Yeah.
Oh, I even forgot to do that on the last shot.
No worries,
made a
and
difference.
you are still getting the +3. That is for your entire turn.
Oh, entire turn. Well,
Yeah.
13 probably still a miss.
Unfortunately, yes. The only difference is that it would be a normal miss, not a crit miss. And I believe that does it
And
for
third
you.
action to give shooting advice to Durgesh.
Yes,
Finding
yes,
out,
yes.
something Heligon has noticed.
Shoot where its shield is down.
Yes.
Look at all of those eyes. Put buckshot into them.
Ooh.
My good bitch, why are you not targeting?
Let me use a hero point to reroll that and just do it a normal attack now.
Shame. For shame.
Put my things back on. Dang it. Oh my god. Advice. That was status. Yeah. Alright. I'm targeting them this time.
Nice.
That would be an exact crit because you rolled below a 10, so that gets the +10 from the hero point.
Noise. Alright.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
More glitching, yes!
Helps if I don't use my pink blade. Alright. I'll just do it this way.
yeah.
Click.
All right, another 22 points of damage. Not enough to threshold it again, but it has to start glitching anyways because of the crit. I believe Thinkers are a person who hasn't rolled a D100 yet, so Thinker, go ahead and roll that D100.
Hell yeah.
Actually, it has reached its 3rd critical threshold, so we're rolling 2 D100s on this guy.
Yeah, nice.
36.
56, that's another weapon array.
Yeah, fuck
Its starboard weapon is real fucked up, y'all. That thing is glitching 6 now. Hilarious. And who would like to roll the next D100?
I'll do it. That's my shot.
A 90! That is the power core. Oh boy, that's actually real bad because that causes everything that wasn't already glitching to be treated as having a glitching value as well. As you burning through the shields of this Leviathan, the plasma from the turret, and now the actual shredding shrapnel of the coil gun burrows into its side and manages to begin piercing actual vital organs to this Leviathan. It lets out a roar of agony that, whether your ship picks it up or not and is broadcast over the speakers, actively shakes your vessel. Amazing. Fantastic, even. One more round here. Let's see if you guys can kill him off here. We don't have anyone in the captain role. Does anyone want to use an action to move into the captain role? Fantastic.
I'll just keep shooting.
Yeah. Thinker, we're moving on to the crew phase with you then.
Sweet. Still have no one in the forward arc again?
Nope, Durgesh is in there now.
I'm in there.
Perfect.
Lap, lap.
Fuck it up, baby.
Yeah, overclock.
Success.
Oh boy, that's a full
crit.
crit success. Not that it matters.
Aft and forward, baby. That garbage ejection's gonna do damage.
D8 trash, baby. Let's go.
Doing fucking numbers.
Fantastic. Anything with your third action, Thinker? Would you like to move anywhere or do anything else?
No, that's it for me.
Sounds good. Then we are going into initiative. Actually, sorry. The Leviathan is using something at the start of the movement phase. It is going to use the hold it together crew reaction. For the remainder of this round, it treats everything as glitching 0. Operating at full capacity for this round only, to not have any issues with its piloting. Let's go ahead and roll off on initiative, Amara. You guys are going first. It's actually been a trade-off so far, this encounter.
All right, I'm going to evade.
Sounds good.
So that'll be a
Just a normal
-1.
piloting roll. No -1 because of your experienced driver, correct?
Oh no, it is a -1. I misinterpreted the very first turn.
Ah.
It's just not reckless.
Oh, I see. So it's still putting a -1 on your piloting check. Just no additional check necessary. Cool. Easily a success. Fantastic. So you guys get to move half speed, gain an AC bonus. Wonderful. Anything else?
Nope.
You're a coward. You should have used all 3 actions to try and run over the Leviathan.
Oh, I forgot about running over it. It's just, it's bigger.
That's fair. But it's also, you could just ram through it. Look at that perfect piercing-shaped opening you guys have on your ship. Your front is perfect. The Leviathan is actually going to get a little funky here. It is going to...
Our ship does not consent.
Well, tough shit. It's going to focus on driving. So it is going to start driving normally, so it can turn, which it will succeed on. So it is going to move 3, and then a further 3, and it's going to use its last 2 actions to do a reckless drive, just heading straight, and try and rush away from you guys, it seems.
He's running away.
With a natural 20, the Leviathan is going to get a full 12 hexes off the map.
That
If you guys
bastard.
wish to try and chase after it, you certainly can.
We should probably kill it before it comes back and kills us.
You have heavily wounded it.
Yeah, get through its butt shields.
So
I vote we tear it limb from limb.
you'll have violence on your mind, huh? Now, your turret does have a range increment, so as we move into shooting Halcon, you could technically shoot at range penalty. It is realistically way down there. +7.
-6.
You have a 5 hex increment. Yeah, -6. It sounds perfect.
4 hexes, right?
No, that does not sound perfect. That sounds terrible.
That does sound terrible.
That is what you would be shooting it at,
5
though.
hexes.
Hey, it's currently 12 hexes off of the board.
Yes. In this direction.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's in range of our aft cannon.
Yeah, but it's not in our rear arc if it's in that straight line. Oh wait, if only in a straight line?
It's going in that straight line. It would still be in your aft arc. So you could launch the garbage at it if you wanted to.
Yep. Yep.
The garbage is the garbage in range.
It has a range increment, so it'll be taking a penalty on the attacks. Or on its singular attack.
That's literally all you got right now.
Same with the turret. You guys can fire the garbage, you can fire the plasma cannon. Any of those attacks are at a -6 due to range penalty.
I think the plasma cannon makes the most sense here.
I think both of them make. Can we fire both?
If someone,
With
I
2
think,
people.
like Durgesh could move over to the garbage and fire it. Now, what's
Because
weird
they're
about the garbage, it is not an instant hit. It acts like a tracking weapon for the
travels.
purposes of moving. So, it will start traveling 5 hexes per turn when it is launched.
Gotcha.
Will Pharasma mind that we are ejecting garbage into the souls?
I mean,
Yeah, it's worth considering.
give me a religion check. Honestly, good question.
Nice.
Our first spacefarers to think about River of Souls pollution. I'm going to leave it up to you guys here. Realistically, your ship is fast enough that you could chase it down and be able to probably shoot it to death. That is going to take time, and it's going to take you a distance away from this life raft. It certainly can. It is also truly just an animal that seems to be fleeing for its life right now after having its meal interrupted.
I'd suggest we let it go. I think a scan suggested that the android, if it were alive, isn't in its stomach, so he
Yeah.
might be somewhere around here.
Here,
Yeah.
here, here, there.
Somewhere.
Maybe we ruptured it. You fell out.
Well, if that's the case, congratulations on beating up a worm.
Yeah, we're trying to eat us. They had it coming.
Yeah, it did.
It had a tail and a tentacle. And it completely failed to consume you guys, so I don't
Yay.
see what the issue is.
There's no issue. We kicked its ass.
I really wanted... Realistically, you guys would have been fine even if it swallowed you. It's, I took inspiration when making that ability from Swallow Whole, of course, where you get swallowed, so you can attempt to escape using piloting, or you can just shoot your way out from inside. because I figured that was a cool and fun ability for a massive Leviathan that eats ships. But you guys
Sometimes.
bullied my worm.
There's a
Yep.
big worm, and you have to shoot it with a gun.
With a gun.
And also throw trash at it.
Well, it has left still alive, and your guys' ship took 0 impact from that. Wonderful indeed. Let's go ahead.
In my great piloting.
Uh-huh.
Good work, guys.
For my superb scanning.
Just for my sanity's sake, I want to see if I would have gotten a single hit off. Well, first, I guess I'd have to do the fucking glitching check with the tentacle if you had remained 3 away. It would have been a DC. Flat check. Just to see if I would have succeeded. I would have. Fantastic. Am I doing that correctly? Does it not increase by the value? Is that just stupefied? Hold up. One moment. Jericho might be stupid.
Something ain't right.
It is 10 plus your glitching value. I knew it. So he would have failed. Which means he would have taken a -6 penalty on his attack roll. I believe in my +2 to hit. No, damn it. All right, I tried. Oh, I would have needed in that 20. Gotcha. Cool. You guys would have been fine either way.
Yep.
Let my space whale worm thing hit you once. That would have been nice. It would have
I'm
taken.
not nice. Space well worm things.
We,
Okay, fair
we built
enough.
our ship too good.
You know what? You got me there. So, you guys have driven off the Leviathan. You have the life raft in front of you. What are we planning? What are we thinking? What do we want to do?
I'm thinking we move up and I guess see if we can dock with it or tow it. And maybe see if we can do some more scans and find dummy who jumped out.
I can try to do some more scanning.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys want to look for this android, you could absolutely use computers to scan. You could also just give me perception checks if you're in the cockpit. Are you guys going to try and reach out and contact the individual who should be on the lifeboat as well?
Does that check a computer's check?
No, because you guys could just hail them, realistically.
Okay.
I have a feeling I would get glared at if I attempted to speak to anyone at this point.
I will attempt to hail the life pod.
Okay.
Jericho,
Yes.
could I use life science lore to figure out how to scan for an android who would be in the Sea of Souls? You can say no.
Gonna say no on that, unfortunately.
But I can use Lore Master lore for that, right?
No, because Lore Master is for recalling knowledge.
Damn it. Alright. Can I do computers to scan for him then in the Sea of Souls?
Indeed you may.
Do you want this blind?
No. Is scan a blind check? That's a good question. I don't think so.
Hope it's not.
We'll do a check. Just
yeah.
To make sure.
Go for it. We'll say it's not blind. Because that is lame. Ha-ha!
Oh,
It's not?
Shut up.
Oh.
It's actually not technically a scan action. It's like a basic computer's action, but we will assume that it's open just cause. Fantastic. Yeah. As the two of you begin looking, Thinker hopping onto the computers, Amara just using your phenomenal eyesight to see if you can, amongst the innumerable souls that make up this river, see if you can locate any notable individual like the android that went and jumped out. Durgesh, you hop on the comms and hail the lifeboat itself. which after only about 6 seconds or so picks up. And you hear a voice. You actually see a figure pop up. We'll say this is a video call. Why not?
Yeah.
A
Future technology.
future technology. Let's go. Human woman, dressed in full spacefaring gear. Unlike the rest of the Wise family, who didn't seem to carry any weapons realistically, they had one that they handed to you and they were already arguing over the necessity of it. This individual has multiple firearms on their person.
They stay strapped.
Nice.
Like 2 to 3 pistols holstered at their waist, and a full-on rifle just kind of clutched in their hands at the moment. But they pick up the call. They look exhausted, perhaps a bit distraught, but at the same time calm. Hello?
Hell, this is Durgesh of the Primorata. We are here to help.
Madret Wise of the Curiosity. Thank you for your
Yes.
assistance. I take it you all... the Primorata is the ship circling outside right now that just drove off that beast.
Yes.
Much appreciated for your assistance so far. Have you perhaps picked up any other life signs out there? Scanners on this life raft are not particularly strong, and my son jumped out.
We did see that. We're trying to see if we can locate him now.
Yeah. As you say that, both Durgesh and Amara notice an individual.
I noticed.
Or sorry, Thinker and Amara. Thinker stepped away, so same person. You see an android clinging to one of the large sort of bones sticking out of the river, hanging on to it.
They found your individual. We're heading right there.
We see them. We'll go to recover him, then come back for you.
All right, thank you. I will... I suppose there's not really much I can do here. I'll begin working on untangling the ship from the what we're caught on. Are you hanging up or keeping the comm on while you guys go to retrieve this android?
We can keep the comm on.
Sure. Fantastic. As Amara, you pilot the Primorata down to pick up. I believe you guys were actually told Bennu is the son's name here. Bennu Wise by the rest of the family. Begin piloting down. You're gonna probably need to actually get someone to go out and pick him up.
Ericon is already suiting up, attaching cables and all that.
Fantastic.
We'll shoot the garbage at him.
Yeah, he looks like he's barely holding on, probably exhausted against the current. Will probably need help like Halicon is suiting up to do to pull him ashore. There is something you notice, Amara, as you pilot the ship into position and Halicon begins to go out to get him. There are creatures floating upstream towards you guys. A trio of humanoid entities, mostly sort of this silvery purple bodies made almost out of filament, you could say. It's hard to figure them out exactly. They look something like this. And there's sort of like a trio of them moving as a triangle and just floating towards you guys ever so slowly.
Something coming towards us. Doesn't look right.
What do you mean doesn't look right? That looks perfectly normal.
For here, maybe.
Any chance that Helicon knows what these are?
Give me
Recall knowledge?
give me a recall knowledge. See if you know them.
Where's the button? There it is.
Hiding somewhere. You are unfortunately targeting the Leviathan. So your religion did not roll, my good sir.
I should now be targeting nothing.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Okay. Taking a look at these things, you recognize them. They are Erebriths. They're a type of psychopomp. The ushers of souls to the boneyard on behalf of Pharasma. Specifically, though, Erebriths are psychopomps that escort the souls of androids to judgment and then to renewal afterwards.
Well, they might have opinions about this android's current situation.
They are sort of leisurely approaching as you are suiting up to jump down and try and pull Bennu out of the river.
You think you need help there?
It depends on what these creatures want. If they are going to argue that because he touched the River of Souls, he needs to float alongside it, then I that, and there might be an altercation.
Prepare to fight the string entities. Well, I mean, you've got a moment before they arrive. You could try and pull Bennu, like, descend and pull him up before they get here.
Oh yeah, if we potentially have time for that, then yeah, absolutely.
You guys were close enough, and they're coming from far enough, and they're not, like, rushing over, that you could try and quickly descend and pull him out. So you are easily able to sort of, attach a couple cables to yourself, jump out of the airlock, and quickly begin descending. When you reach the bone that Bennu's holding on to, he is a younger-looking, sort of slightly blue-colored android with a shock of filament hair atop his head, and he sort of looks up weakly, seeming to barely keep his eyes open at the moment, but definitely registers your presence. Oh, hi there.
No.
Don't, I didn't, you're, sorry. Sorry, didn't expect to see, someone just dive in the astral sea.
I would like to say I've done more foolish things, but that would be a lie. Now, I would like to rescue you. Do you have any objections?
Oh, no, not at all. Thank you.
Excellent.
Can I go and aid with pulling him up with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, badly.
It is going to be athletics to pull him up, so you could hop down as well, Durgish, and the two of you working together could sort of pull him out of the river itself and help him back up to the ship. So go ahead and give me that aid roll, Durgish. Hey, good old regular success. And go ahead and give me that athletics check, Halicon.
It's already giving you the bonus. Nice.
Very nice. Fantastic. Yeah, the two of you working together, it is easy to sort of help lift him out of the water, get one arm over each of your guys' shoulders and just hit a button or a switch and cause the cables to begin retracting you guys up to the Primorata. I almost called it the Final Horizon. Wrong ship.
That one's broken.
That one's gone. In the time you guys are there and as you're pulling him up, Amara, the 3 Erebriths have arrived at the Primorata.
Yeah.
And move past the front view screen towards the airlock.
They're heading towards you. I'll move towards the airlock.
Sure. Easy enough to do. Well.
Draw my paint lave.
Yeah. As Durgesh and Halakon get Bennu up into the airlock of the Primorata, and a few moments later, this trio of psychopumps probably arrive as well. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. Stand up, stretch, grab some water, do what you need to do, and I will see you all in just a few minutes. So welcome back, everyone. You guys have just pulled Bennu Wise up into the Primorata. However, you have 3 of these Erebriths sort of just hovering outside of the airlock at this point.
Oh, they're still inside the ship?
Yeah, they came to the airlock and they're just hovering there.
I thought you implied they went through the cockpit.
No, they went past. They never came through. They sort of came up to the ship, and then just moved past the front of the ship directly towards the airlock, where you guys were pulling Bennu up.
All right.
And they, at this point, as you guys sort of get up, get Bennu inside, sort of let him go, where he sort of shakily takes a couple steps forward and puts his hand on something to keep himself steady. These Erebriths just float there watching him. Anything you guys would like to do?
I'm just sort of watching him like he's with us.
One of them just raises a hand and sort of beckons Bennu forward.
I put my arm in front of him. No.
What he said, I'm quite fine, thank you. I'm out of the river, no harm, no foul. Right? Everything's all right. The Erebriths simply continue to float there, with the foremost one beckoning.
I closed the airlock.
Sure.
God. Boring conversation anyways.
Fantastic. Yeah, you close the airlock. You moved away from the cockpit, correct? Amara, you went down to the airlock as well.
Yep.
Okay.
I was checking, make sure, and once that airlock goes, I just run back.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you run back.
They're hijacking this ship?
As you run back to the front of the ship, Amara, get back to the pilot's seat, make sure everything's still good and running, you see additional pairs of these Erebriths, these psychopomps, just floating towards the ship. At this point, perhaps half a dozen pairs, sort of slowly converging on you guys from different directions.
More incoming. I'm going to go to the light pod.
Yeah, you can pretty easily pilot the ship down to the life raft as well. Which there's not really an easy way to dock them. Theoretically, the life raft is smaller than the Primorata, so you could potentially open the cargo bay and potentially get the life raft inside. You could also just open your airlock, get them to open, and potentially just get Madrid to spacewalk to you guys.
Hmm.
Who
I
is
could check
around?
back.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's say we could check back with her, see how what her progress is.
Yeah. Thinker, what are you doing right now?
I'm probably still on scanners and computers, just looking for other threats as they come.
Sure. Sounds good. I'm going to then ask Halicon to give me a perception check.
Secret?
Of course. When would I ever?
Was worth a try.
Was it really?
I don't know. It's secret.
As, Thinker's still on systems, Amara's gone back to the bridge and is bringing the Primorata around towards the lifeboat. Durgesh sort of pulls his comm back up to speak with Madrid. Benu's just sort of like off to the side, sitting down, catching his breath, getting his strength back. Something about him catches your attention, though, Halicon. It was hard to see, nearly impossible to see, down in the river, but now that he's on your ship and sort of the cold steel walls are surrounding him, you are able to see sort of a faint silvery outline around his entire body.
Oh, damn it. I have an inkling that I know what that means,
Oh?
but I would like to roll a recall knowledge regardless.
Sure, I'll allow that. And do you say anything to anyone else?
Not yet.
Not yet. What do you think it is?
I think that he might be dead.
You're absolutely
Although
correct. You guys pulled his spirit out of the Sea of Souls. But there was no physical body. There was sort of the ectoplasm making it up that made it feel real enough that neither you nor Durgesh noticed it when you were pulling him up. But now that you have a chance to actually look at him and study him, that sort of outline, the weakness he's feeling, that strength he's not getting back, the fact that those psychopomps are continuing, as Amara's probably reporting, to just sort of follow and converge on the Primorata, not aggressively, just following. Benu here is dead and doesn't realize it.
I'm still gonna open the comms to contact Finker here. Still ask Finker, could you count the life signs in my immediate vicinity, excluding myself?
Yeah, absolutely. Who else is around him?
Sensors are picking up him and Durgesh.
It's just the two of you there. Why?
I don't think we were successful in rescuing the android.
Are you standing next to the android?
Far enough away that he's hopefully not hearing me mumble to you that he's dead.
Then yes, I don't think we were successful in saving him. That's upsetting. Oh.
It was good, your boy. We're coming back to you.
Can I do any kind of recall knowledge to see, now that I know the situation he's in, can I do a recall knowledge to see if there's anything that can be done about it? We're still in the Sea of Souls. Maybe we could do something?
Go for it.
Probably need his body.
Yeah, that's...
And who knows where the hell that is now?
Well, I'm doing my best. Where's the recall knowledge button? There we go. Oh shit! I was selected the Primorata.
Well, you're selected on the Primorata and targeting the Leviathan still.
Oh my god!
Double whammy.
Okay, let's try that again.
Are you saying the Primorata doesn't have any knowledge skills?
Correct.
Okay,
Wow.
how's that?
Impressive. I was not expecting you to roll better, to be perfectly honest. And yet you've done it.
I still can't tell if I've rolled poorly or not.
No, you rolled quite well.
Okay.
Your roll as a Primorata was an 18.
And I got a 19 or a 20?
19 on the follow-up, yeah.
Damn.
Somehow better.
19
It's...
on every die, Jericho.
Right, there really is, isn't there?
On every single dice.
Resurrection magic is not common. The River of Souls is specifically the vessel by which the dead are supposed to pass on to the Boneyard to receive judgment and whatever awaits them. For androids, it can very frequently be renewal, their soul finding a new body to inhabit, and effectively acting as a form of reincarnation for them. If you wanted to reestablish the connection between Benu's soul and his original body, effectively a resurrection, it is magic that is beyond your ability at this point in time by quite a lot, and would also require his body for even the simplest resurrection. For reference's sake, Raise Dead, the main way by which a person could be resurrected, is a 6th rank ritual. And of course, resurrection is always at the whim of Pharasma. So even with your prodigious intellect working overtime at this moment, there is no way reasonably that you can think of that would bring Benu back right now. I want to juxtapose this by assuming at this same general moment, Durgesh, you have hopped back on the comms with Madret and let her know that you have rescued Benu safely.
Yeah, we got Benny. We're trying to get you now.
Can I
That's fantastic.
do anything to intercept this?
Unfortunately, Durgesh was hopping on the comms before Halakon reached out to you.
Okay.
So you'll probably, you'll overhear that conversation because Durgesh is just doing it on the public comm unit, or on the public comms channel. So you'll hear that, and 6 seconds later, Halakon will reach out to you. You'll do the scan, and then realize when he follows up that, oh shit, Benu's dead. You start panic thinking how to resurrect him, and nothing's coming to mind.
Halakon, It would take monumentous effort on the divine scale that we have not encountered yet. And yes, I'm including our recent adventure with Desna.
Desmond could probably do it.
It would take something on the scale of Desna herself coming here in order for us to resurrect him now. Best we can do is maybe bring his soul so they can say goodbye and let him go into the river. We might not even get that far. The dead must stay dead.
Unfortunately, I agree. I don't think there's much we can do. I don't know how to let him, or whether I even should let him know that he is, in fact.
Probably should let him know.
That's
We should
kind of
also.
hard.
I'll let Durgash know so he can let him know.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're pretty good. We
that's,
saved everyone. We're awesome.
That's. I don't know if you're listening to the public comms right now, but
Glad to
Durgash
hear
is.
that.
Great.
Sorry, you can hear this?
No, she was responding to Durgish saying you guys saved everyone. Well, what are we thinking?
Yeah, Helicon's like. Helicon's gonna scoot over to where Durgash is, then like gently grab one of his arms and just pull him away from the android.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, you probably just finished with Madrid discussing that probably doing a spacewalk would be the easier route. It's taking her a long time to try and disconnect the raft from the bones because it got pretty tangled. So that'd probably be the simplest route, but
Just abandon it.
yeah,
Leave it.
it's a lifeboat for a reason. It served its purpose.
Yep.
So, Durgash, we rescued.
Yes.
We rescued the android's soul, not the android.
What?
He is dead.
But he's right there.
That is his soul.
Are we talking about me?
Yes. Stop listening. Private concern.
I really hope he didn't hear my dead as a doornail comment. Can he still hear me?
Your comm with Halicon, I believe, is a private comm right now.
Okay. I say that in Halicon's ear then.
What do you mean we rescued his soul?
I do not know how to phrase it more precisely.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again? You told me not to listen, but, you walked 3 feet away from me.
Honestly, I don't know why you said don't listen, because it clearly involves you. He says you're a soul.
I mean, all living creatures have a soul inside of them, of course, but, smacks himself all over. I'm fine.
What I'm trying to communicate to my friend without you hearing is that you are very much dead. I could have phrased that slightly more gently, I suppose.
I'm doing one of diplomacy.
I'm going to say it is going to be a diplomacy check to try and convince him here, because he seems pretty set in the fact that he thinks he's alive.
Oh, yeah.
So
let me try to convince anyone about anything. 8.
Yeah, he just looks at you. I'm sorry. I really thank you for saving me, but that's not a funny joke.
I'm not great at humor in general.
Right. Let me talk with Halicon here and see if I can figure out what he actually means here. All right, and then I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
I'll check out Colonel's side. All right, I'm kind of stupid.
The android has died. His soul was clinging to something while he was in the River of Souls, as souls are supposed to be. And all these psychobombs are currently trailing us because they want to make sure his soul's not being taken away, which would probably greatly bother Pharasma if we tried.
What tipped you off that he's dead?
I mean, look at him.
I look at him.
If Helicon's pointing it out, it's not difficult to
Yeah.
notice the sort of silvery outline, the slight glow around him, denoting a more ectoplasmic existence at this point.
I look away, do a double take. Oh, and that made you question it. And then, what was your next step? I'm trying
What
to
do
get
you
all
mean
information
next? Well, I think I can't spot him on the life scans either.
I look back to Vinny, like, oh, oh, I see. All right, I think I have a rough idea what happened.
Yeah, I think he died.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll try to explain the situation to him.
I think at around this point, Amara, you've piloted the Primorata down and gotten it next to the lifeboat, correct? Amara? Are you with us?
He lit up.
Yes.
Beverages here.
Have you've piloted the ship down at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Said yeah earlier. Must not pick me up.
I don't think it did. Durgesh, as you turn to speak to Bennu once more, there is a banging on the airlock from outside.
One moment. I'll go and open an airlock.
You open the airlock, and the person you saw on comms, the matriarch of the Wise family, Madret Wise, sort of tumbles in slightly as the airlock slides open with her holding on to it. In a bit of a panic, because there's at this point probably 36 Erebriths just sort of floating in a semicircle outside of the airlock.
I point out like, you all hold on here a second. Close the door again.
Thank you. I don't exactly know what those things are, but I don't particularly wish to stick around. Bennu, stupid boy you are, and she's gonna run over and hug him.
And she?
Yeah. He is corporeal. He effectively is a soul made out of ectoplasm right now. It's a characteristic of the River of Souls, where they are not incorporeal. There is an actual physical mass to everything. But he is, to you guys, very clearly dead, though it seems he and Madret do not yet recognize that.
Scratches back to his neck. Awkwardly.
Like they finish hugging, Madret just starts berating him for jumping out of the ship. As you guys are just standing awkwardly.
I'm gonna go on my personal comm to Halicon and go, I'm not coming down. I think the last time I did that, I think I'd upset them when I gave them bad news last time. So I'm gonna stay up here. Have fun with this though.
You know what?
Thanks for the remote support.
I very much worry about saying the wrong thing here as well, because I don't know if there's the right thing to say. So
hence why I have recused myself from this situation.
I think it would look bad if I just walked away right now, but I really want to.
No, I don't. If you want to come up, there is. The Tetris I'm playing right now is 2-player.
Oh my god.
I'm not dealing with this.
Durgesh, excuse me, think there's some very important work that I need to help him with.
I give you death stare. Whatever.
You can handle this. Good luck.
Get out of here.
I turn
walks off.
Tetris into two-player mode.
I pinched the bridge of my snout.
Helicon skitters off to go play Tetris.
Miss Wise, Banu, speaking to my colleagues there, it seems we have a problem. I point out the glowing aura around Benu. I'm like, that seems to be a characteristic of someone made of ectoplasm. And our engineer says there is one fewer life forms on this deck. Unfortunately, it seems we did not get to Benu's physical body. This is his soul, his spirit.
That doesn't make any.
That's why those
Mother.
things are outside our ship right now.
I'm
Those things are
clearly
psychopaths.
fine, though. Look, there's nothing wrong with me. Go ahead and give me that diplomacy check, Durgesh.
All right, here we go. Whee!
Oh, that's pretty good.
Crushed it.
As he swings his arms around and says, "There's nothing wrong with me," he perhaps for the first time catches that glimpse of silvery light surrounding himself, and sort of pauses mid gesture and just, oh, I see. Your friend wasn't making a joke, was he?
No, he's just not very good with communicating.
Right. Well, I mean, if that's the case, I suppose there's nothing else to it. It is what it is. What's happened, and I thank you for trying to pull me out and save me. I greatly appreciate it. And Madrid just sort of stands off to the side. She definitely seemed to catch everything and understand. She had the momentary denial when you called it out, Durgesh, but you gave very reasonable arguments. She could see the wispiness as well. Whether she's accepted it or not, she's acknowledged it and is being quiet. But she will just step forward and embrace Benu from the side. If you wouldn't mind, I know this is your ship, but a moment in private to say goodbyes, if you would.
Very well. I'll have our pilot set course for the delivery.
Thank you.
I will chin to the bridge.
Yeah.
And relay the plan. And then punch chair. No. Thought we pulled it off.
Halicon, everything okay on your end? I notice you seem to have disconnected from the Foundry server.
I didn't even notice I disconnected.
Interesting.
But I'll take your word for it.
It says you are no longer connected, so
You probably need refresh.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just refreshing. But I as a player am alive and
Oh no, we lost him.
He's back. Man, the Thinker didn't tell us that the two-player Tetris game was a shadow duel.
I'm currently eating his soul.
High stakes.
Yugi, no!
Soul is tasty.
Get obliterated.
I have
Black
reconnected.
Fan.
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Let's get back to the discovery.
It's the curiosity.
Curiosity. Sorry, I don't know why I thought discovery was the name of the ship.
Fantastic. Madrit and Bennu seem to have a private goodbye down below. Those of you on the bridge notice at one point the airlock does open and then closes pretty quickly afterwards. And in the funny rear view mirror that your ship absolutely has, you see many of the Erebrith dispersing, but a pair of them carrying a fully translucent Bennu back down the river. Now, a minute or two later, Madrit makes her way up to the bridge, just nods silently at you all, and finds a place to sit if you have an open seat. But thankfully, compared to the small problems that arose on your way down the river to find Madrit and Bennu originally, you do not come across any sort of issues on your way back up the river. And after maybe an hour or so, you guys return to the Curiosity itself, which is still in the river, but has a number of lights back on. It seems it does seem like they have gotten a number of the sort of emergency repairs done. In fact, you probably actually see, like, I will say Lonnie outside, like on one of the ship's wings, welding something when your guys' ship approaches. Sylvia, your mic is picking up something.
Huh. Weird.
I don't know.
Been doing that off and on. Let me mute.
Interesting. Very strange.
You picking up something?
We'll see. It sounded like, yes, it sounds like cloth is almost rubbing against it every now and then.
Weird.
Very strange. Not the huge issue, but just something I'm noticing. I apologize. You guys are pretty easily able to dock back in the ship and like reconnect. Lonnie waves to you as you approach and opens a hatch and makes her way back inside. And you guys are free to return to the Curiosity and the entire family. Of course, sans the youngest son. Which, up to you guys if you would like to speak first or let Madrit step forward and sort of explain everything. What would you guys like to do with that?
I am totally okay with letting her do the talking.
Yeah.
We can let Madrid handle this. I believe in her.
Fantastic. Yeah, you guys step forward. Madrit steps forward as well as you guys sort of step off to the side. And she goes forward, greets and hugs everyone. Apologizes to them as well. Everyone pretty quickly realizes something happened when Madrit comes back and Bennu doesn't as well. But everyone seems to grieve pretty much immediately over the loss of their family member. Some of them more like quiet tears, others much like louder, actually sort of anguished crying. Alvar just embraces Madrit with a sort of haunted expression on his face, and they all take a few minutes to grieve. If you would like to jump in or talk to anyone in particular, you certainly may. if you would like to simply leave them to their grief, you are also welcome to do that.
Yeah, I would tend towards the latter.
I would probably just like, let us know when you're ready to leave.
So cold.
Well, I got nothing better to say. I shoot a text message at Tinker, like, you're only half right.
You guys do notice with a quick look around, like the ship does appear like emergency repairs have been pretty successful on it. So now that you are here, they are probably able to sort of get on the road pretty soon. And you guys could very easily, when Desna gave you a navigation crystal with coordinates to get here, it also has coordinates for returning to Cynosure. So you guys could theoretically effectively use a signal chaos engine, get back to Cynosure, and they will be able to sort of follow in the wake of the Primorata safely through the planar barriers and other bullshit that the signal chaos engine takes you guys through. Yeah. Say a couple minutes pass. Eventually, many of them begin calming themselves and getting on the various systems, making ready to take off. Can I get perception checks from anyone? Well, actually, realistically, would anyone be doing exploration actions at this point in time?
I would probably be doing my best to avoid talking with anyone or doing any of that.
Avoid notice.
I'm just gonna not interact with people because, like, I feel like I jinxed it when I told them, oh, they're probably dead, and now one of them is dead. So I kind of don't want to put myself in the line of fire.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So I'm probably doing a search or
Sure.
a investigation action.
Yeah. I mean, you could be, like, taking a look around, looking over the ship itself, seeing if there's anything that catches your eye that is damaged and might be in need of a repair to prevent the ship from falling apart in interplanar travel.
Sounds valid to me.
Certainly something Thinker could do. You could also be taking another soul in a Shadow Tetris match. Dungeon Dice Tetris.
That's how we save his soul.
Very cocky lately. I could beat him in a children's card game.
I guess Durgesh would maybe, if he's still on the curiosity, might make himself available. They don't want to talk, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it's probably just watching and make sure there's no surprises.
Fantastic.
No sneaky ghosts attacking us.
Yeah, they already had to deal with panic psych elementals. For all you know, they might cause grief psych elementals to manifest at this point.
No.
So if you're worried about something like that and want to be keeping an eye out, you can absolutely give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm looking up for trouble.
This is how we summon the perception elementals.
Not the piss elementals.
You guys are, randomly I'm going to start hitting you guys with the paranoia elementals. You've made
knows best.
76 perception checks so far this campaign. 76 level -1 perception psych elementals are now coming after you.
Oh no.
Die.
Oh
Said that
no.
I'm gonna keep making perception checks.
Well, if anyone else has checks they would like to make, they are certainly welcome to do so at this point in time.
Did I make my perception check?
You did not. Lame.
Pathetic.
Can you assist on perception checks?
You realistically could, if you wanted to.
So I'm just thinking. I don't think Caligon would like actively keep a lookout. He would probably just follow Finker around for a bit, just distracting himself, and
Yeah.
probably
Halicon
Finker as well.
Halicon doesn't have a choice. It was part of the shadow game we played.
It's true, yeah.
Free will is a
We had to add
myth.
some sort of things. So I would just like to aid on Finker's perception
Sure,
check.
go ahead and give. So this would be a public perception check to aid, of course,
Yes.
which would be a +1 to the roll you gave me, Thinker. Fantastic. Anything in particular for you, Amara?
I would be piloting, so distracted.
Sure. So do you think you're not on the Curiosity and you're back on the Primorata right now?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good at people.
Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Well, that might cause some problems.
Can you not?
Uh-oh.
How
Uh-oh.
about it doesn't? How about it doesn't cause any problems and everything's fine?
As you are, back on the bridge of the Primorata, Amara, ready to take off just whenever the Wise family is most of them have taken some time and calmed themselves down, and Madra ends up coming back up to you all. Thank you for helping us. Suppose we should be able to get out of the river at this point, but the drift engine doesn't seem to be working right now, so for all intents and purposes, we seem to be stuck here in the astral plane.
We have a means.
Oh, you all weren't thrown into this plane yourselves?
No. We came here specifically at Disney's behest to come help you.
Oh.
Saying that.
Well, thank you then. If you have a way out, what do we need to do?
Where's Sinker? He can explain.
I'm just walking around the ship.
He's floating around.
Probably not hard to find. Me and Halcyon are. I don't know. We're probably talking at length, right? All jokes about me owning your soul aside.
I buy you. Thinker, can you explain how this gimmick thing of traveling back to Stenosia works?
Yes,
kind of on my
absolutely. Yes, I can. Don't worry, I can explain.
Explains.
I know we can do it. If you want me to give you concrete facts and like figures and like the speed and like the equations and the piloting, no.
Do you want to give me a computers check or a engineering lore check?
Oh, I can actually make rolls. I thought I just didn't understand the signal chaos engine. Like
You really don't, but Desna kind of sort of explained the thought process behind this, so...
Do you want this public?
Sure, fuck it, why not?
Okay, so maybe X under. I'm actually gonna hero point this. 'Cause I
Sure.
haven't hero pointed yet.
Yeah.
And fuck it.
Okay.
Nice.
A little better.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, you don't understand how the engine itself works, right? You probably never will.
But I can understand how to get back to Cynosia.
Yeah, like you've got coordinates to put into the Signal Chaos Engine. Desna gave those to you. So, from what Desna mentioned, theoretically, when the Signal Chaos Engine is active and you guys travel, like create a breach between realms and travel through it, there is a wake left behind, like a boat sailing on the ocean. And that wake keeps the portals open for brief periods. It's very much how, like, when you guys were trapped in the future and first time you came across Malacanta and the Signal Chaos Engine had you sort of breaking through the barriers of the planes, and yet she was able to sort of follow you guys, is because that wake behind your ship kept the portals open long enough that vessels could follow for brief periods of time. So theoretically, the Curiosity could quite literally just follow behind you guys and
We've not
get back to
gone
Cynosure.
from. We originally, as we were saying, we are originally from Cynosure. Technically, the gateway we used to get here is still open. We can go back to Cynosure from there.
It's not really that it's
Without
still open, it's just that you could open it again.
I'm not telling them that part because
Fair
that
enough.
implies a much more powerful engine that we don't know how to control. I'm being very specific that it's like this is not something that we can always do, and there's no guarantee we can get back here, because it's true, but it's better than admitting that we don't know how our engine works.
What do you mean you should always admit that you don't know how your technology that your ship relies on works?
I'm going to throw you through a window. How about that? Do you want to be thrown through a window, Mr. Jericho?
Yes, please. As fast as you possibly can.
Incoming.
Durgesh, you are actually correct. Malakanta did not follow you guys originally through the chase. Because it was mostly just escaping from hell in the first place, and then in the future... Amara, I think the issue is my voice is coming through and being picked up by your mic again, if that helps figure it out.
Nope, it's something that's just been going on because I'm wearing headphones.
Interesting. Very, very strange.
Something with Discord.
Yeah, and then during the actual chase in the future, you guys didn't do any teleporting. I, for some reason, had it in my head that you did. That's on me.
I'm definitely hearing Jericho on Sylvia's.
Yeah, it's...
I'll try again.
Sorry.
You probably just need to adjust your sensitivity a little bit. It happened to me once before, too.
Well, if all we have to do is follow you, then certainly we can go ahead and do that. Our ship, from what I've been told, is repaired enough, so we just will follow you for until we get to safety.
Aye. All right, let's get this convoy on the road.
Thinker.
Name.
As that finishes up, and like Madrid returns to the captain's seat to begin piloting, you notice out of the corner of your eye, Alvar, the Madrid's husband, like leaned over the console he's at, sweating profusely and clutching his chest, like eyes clenched shut. It's like somebody's in agony.
Gonna look at him. Can I make a medicine check? Just to see what the fuck's going on.
Sure. Huh. You pause and, you know, go to look at him and go, that's
Can I
weird. You don't need to hero point this. Because there's only so much to notice as what the cause of the issue is.
Of a heart attack?
I don't think a heart attack would cause a man to explode.
The heart can contain a large amount of pressure, Jericho. I'm not. I think you should. I think you should. You know, think about it a little bit more. It could be a heart attack.
Would it cause a man with an elephant head to then emerge from your exploded corpse?
I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor.
With a pair of hulking, cybernetically augmented burning hounds.
Maybe? Again, not a doctor. I'm immediately going to go on my comms and go like, the demons found us.
Hold on. You have +11 in medicine. quite your doctor.
I think I have some of the highest medicine. Yeah, sorry. I think my medicine's the highest in the party.
It is.
Oh shit, I am a doctor.
So, for reference's sake, the three of you are with Madret and a number of the other family members. Thinker, you notice, like, in that moment where he's in pain, Alvar seems to be muttering something to himself, but you can't quite make it out. And as you look over him and go, is he experiencing a heart attack? What's going on over there? His body quite literally buckles, ruptures, and explodes into gory chunks all around the bridge, where a fiendish-looking humanoid with an elephantine head sort of steps out of the corpse, blood-soaked uniform, brush a bit of bone off of his shoulder pad, and draws a pistol. And in... does anyone speak Diabolic, actually? Who is currently here? So Thinker Halakon Durgesh.
No.
Fantastic. He says something. None of you know what it is. However, it's real funky. And I am going to need initiative rolled.
When you described him, I thought he used to have bigger arms.
No, he's
Yeah,
really
he used to
like
be much bigger.
human guy, but with an elephant head.
He's lanky. He's lanky.
He's a lanky boy.
A lanky boy.
Thinker, you may roll medicine instead of perception for initiative if you would like.
Is it because I'm a doctor?
No, it's because you're not a doctor.
Make sure.
Amara, I am going to ask you to roll initiative as well. It is slightly problematic because you are pretty far away on the Primorata. What is your movement speed at the moment?
She's an envoy.
Amara? Oh,
Oh.
Mara's dead.
that was loud.
A little too.
Just
Yeah,
your
my
sensitivity
movement
glitch.
speed is.
You are now cutting out a
Sorry.
lot. Oh no.
Yeah.
You cut out as you said. My movement speed is.
Uh-oh.
40.
Thank you. Fantastic. So the good news is, Thinker does hop on the comms, it sounds like, and say something immediately.
Yeah.
Which does mean if you were to get up and run over, you'd basically be able to reach where you are on the map right now through the airlock and directly onto the Curiosity in just one turn of full movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, realistically, I think all of you can safely say you should be at full health by this time, by the way. That damage was from your slight run-in with the ferryman. You have had more than enough time. You could have easily patched yourselves up without too much issue. Things are looking real funky here, let me tell you. Because this is certainly not good. As the figure who most of you recognize. Halakon you do not, but Thinker, Durgesh, the two of you immediately recognize an individual Malakanta referred to as Lieutenant Invicor. Steps steps out of the corpse of Alvar as it explodes, says something in Diabolic, looks at the three of you with a smile on his face, switches to Common and says, it is good to see you again. Please, stay a while. Let's have a conversation. And he says that as he draws his pistol and shoots it at Durgesh. which is going to hit, I believe.
How dare you? That's exactly a hit.
Pretty.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
The
what?
27
No.
is an exact hit.
Yeah, 27 totally.
For 14 points of fire damage. And he is then going to roll a die, pay a price, and choosing Thinker, cast a spell on him.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put down my.
Yep,
my
drop your warp reality.
My funny thing. It's
Stupid
funny.
And then
Not
go
letting
ahead and
you
give
live
me a
on my
will
AC.
save.
I don't want to.
Do you have anything you can do against a mental effect?
Fail. Give me a sec. I might actually be able. I think I actually have something. Not as maybe as a reaction.
There is something you can do about a mental effect is fail.
I think you have tangible object, right?
So I cast. Yeah, well, I have tangible object, but I need to touch that.
And that lets you, it lets you reduce a frightened or stupefied condition.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything against mental effects.
Cool.
I'm gonna hero point that anyway, though.
Sure.
Kinda
Ooh, fantastic. Durgesh's martial aura making that an exact crit success, which is what you need to be unaffected by the fear spell you were just hit with. As he stares those 4 red eyes at you and tries to fix you with a malevolent gaze, you manage to hold firm after a moment, and that does bring us to your turn.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's only fair to first sustain a spell and make my free recall knowledge.
Yeah, go for it. Do you have an anchor spell you would like to cast that would let you sustain it for free?
No.
Okay. What would you like to know?
High save, low save.
High save, low
Of
save.
both him and the dogs.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
they're both within my field.
The artwork for the dogs is not quite accurate, unfortunately, because they're hellhounds, but they're supposed to be cybernetically enhanced hellhounds. And I just use the basic Pathfinder art because I'm lazy. I know, sue me.
How dare you?
But they are, in fact, hellhounds, which, you know, fiendish, extraplanar canines that are covered in fire. What fun.
You'll hear from my lawyer.
Lieutenant Invicor, you recognize as a Sigvir, also known as a propaganda devil. They are very, very good at fear-mongering and using disinformation to tempt mortals into contracts.
So we think fear is going to be there.
Will
Will is gonna
save,
be there.
very likely their best by far. Similarly, you said it yourself, lanky boy. Doesn't look particularly tough. Body check him into a wall, and he's probably going to
Sucks for
fold
him.
like a sack of potatoes.
Sucks for him.
AKA low fortitude.
Yeah, give me his fortitude then.
Oh boy, that's so rude. I was going to
Oh.
give you the Hellhound saves. Why are you jumping ahead, my guy?
Because I only have single target.
You could let me do my descriptions. Oh, that is a failure.
He slowed.
Uh-oh. Yikes. As he casts the spell on you, you shrug it off and then immediately hit him with one of your own, which causes him to similarly begin to not feel a fear, but actively begin to move slower as he aims that pistol at someone else. Hellhounds, you can be pretty reasonable. High reflex, they're dogs. Probably low will saves. They're
I
dogs.
pass all that on to the team.
Fantastic. Halakon, over to you, good sir.
Halakon's gonna delay, I think,
Sure.
after Durgash. I don't want to get into this line of fire.
Damn it, how could you be so smart? Go ahead and hit that delay button for me.
Yeah, I forgot that exists.
And Durgesh. Look at how grouped up they are.
Yeah, I have a. I assume I had my plane glaive already. I should put it away.
I would ask you guys, since you guys were kind of standing around chatting with them, do you think realistically you would have had weapons out and ready?
I mean, it's a big, long pole arm. I was
Fair.
just resting on the floor.
That's fair.
I'm a Solarian.
You make them when you roll initiative. Shut up.
Pretty good myself.
Oh, right.
What I would also make mention, if you were considering switching to the plasma cannon, the dogs are literally on fire.
Yeah. So I want to step here
Okie doke.
because I think this isn't hitting. Helps if I click the right thing. Hits no one else. All right.
Oh no, you have that, don't you?
I have that thing.
Oh no,
This is
I
it.
forgot.
Oh my god, it's been so long I forgot how this game works.
You hit the icon, put it in chat so we can all read it and laugh at how fun it is.
Oh, right. Area fire.
I want to laugh at Jericho.
I more specifically
That's
meant the actual swinging ability that you've got.
Right.
Shot on the... No? What is it called?
No, not.
It's just a feat you have, I guess.
Yeah,
Whirling
it's a
Swipe.
feat.
I got it.
Yep, burn and swipe. That's.
Ba-
So probably target is gonna be him. I'll swing at him.
Alrighty.
Roll.
That is unfortunately just barely a miss.
Session's almost over. I'm hero point.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Second.
almost a 20. That's a hit.
All right. Here comes some damage from.
And I believe that will make him suppressed, or is that only on your ranged attacks?
That makes him. I think that should still make him suppressed.
Probably. We'll assume so.
Yep.
I'll look
And
at it while you...
then,
I guess it's a
area
reflex
fire
save
was-
for everyone, yes?
Yep. I'll post this thing again. So you're
Already
at
got
the
it.
Bottom. Never mind.
I'm so quick. Both Hellhounds will succeed for half damage, and Lieutenant Invicor will crit succeed with a very good roll.
I think I have a thing about that with primary target. I believe it. Oh, this is the errata stuff. Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, the primary target is what lets you make the attack before the actual then area attack.
It does something to his.
Oh, it does lower his success value by 1, doesn't it?
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. But
Let me just see it real quick, because of course they still fucking refuse. Actually, they might have updated it, and we just... Because character sheet abilities don't update once they're on.
Yeah. Soldier. Where is it?
I cannot type. Ba-da-ba-ba.
Was that? It's the second errata that came in?
Range strike. If you successfully hit your primary target with the strike and the target rolls a success against your area fire or auto fire action, they get a
Oh,
failure instead. It does not
Okay,
lower
so
degree of success, it just turns a regular success into a regular failure.
Dang it.
Unfortunately.
Alright.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
bud.
Oh well. You need our damage roll, don't you?
Yes, please. Go ahead and roll that damage. The Hellhounds will each take half. And Halikon, if you wanted to jump in after Durgesh, you are welcome to go ahead and do so.
Haha, sucking fools.
Damn. Good rolls.
From the lowest damage roll possible to almost max.
You can hit that delay button. Perfect. Come back in, and that brings us to your turn, good sir.
Right, Heligon wants to rush in there.
My dogs.
I don't think I can stand here from the looks of it.
This is not a space you could stand in.
I mean, this one.
Oh. I'd say it's mostly difficult terrain to stand there. It's not going to stop you. The chair's back
it's
is
good.
movable.
I'll body slam the chair out of the way, and then the dog.
Madrid's probably already, stood up with her face half covered in the blood of her husband. Absolutely wide-eyed. 20's a hit.
Right, slicing at the dog with my fire swords, which I'm sure will do great.
Takes the slashing damage. Unfortunately, they do seem completely unaffected by the fire.
Not a huge
Oh,
surprise.
no.
And then the follow-up with my third action with the other weapon. That's a natural one.
Ooh.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? That's a crit. Okay, I'll take that.
Delightful.
Do you like my crits? For 30 points of damage.
Oh boy,
Damn.
and off guard to everyone until the start of your next turn. That dog is already on death's door. However,
Alright, slice and slice.
it does become the dog's turn. And it is going to... Yeah, it's going to start by trying to bite you, Halicon, which I believe you should have cover because of your funny strikes.
Correct. I have cover. In addition, I am assuming this guy has the devil trait?
No. The
Does
Lieutenant
not,
Invicor does. Hellhounds just have Fiend.
Alright. Then never mind.
They are unholy if that matters, though.
No.
Okay.
I was thinking about this thing.
Unfortunate, no. So that'd be useful against the Lieutenant, but not against the Hellhounds themselves. So the dogs attempting to bite you are going to hit you in return, though.
Ow.
And let me check the word on pack attack, actually. Unfortunately, not quite pack attack. But that is going to be a grand total of 14 damage between piercing and fire from its jaws. And then it is going to spin around, open its maw, and unleash a gout of flame. That I will need Durgesh and Thinker to both give me a reflex save. As Jasset is also going to get scorched.
Get out of the cockpit.
Success for Durgesh.
Not forced movement, damn.
No. This is quite literally just a breath attack. That is an exact success for Thinker.
Gang,
So
gang,
that is
gang,
going to
gang,
be
gang.
half damage to each of you for what will be 8 total fire damage to the both of you. And unfortunately, that was not a manipulate action or ranged attack. Hilariously, that was actually only one action, so they have one action left. That they are going to attempt to bite you with, Durgesh.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
To say it like the French would.
No.
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 Amara, that brings us to you.
They get.
As you have just received the alert that something's fucked.
Moon's haunted.
Are my actions available?
Yeah? You are on
Alright.
the bridge. Well, this is you on the bridge still. We're still in round 1. So you have yet to make it to the Curiosity. I apologize.
All right. Yep, I run.
All right. You manage to sort of get through the airlock, make it on board, gun at the ready as you see way in the distance, but easily within the range of your firearm. A near-death dog and a barely injured devil. Unfortunately, one more Hellhound gets a turn here. And what do they wish to do with that is the question. They are going to... Well, they'll start it off by attempting to step to here, and then bite Durgesh. Get the flanking going.
No.
Whiff miserably.
See, if I just say no all the time, it
And
just keep going.
follow it up with a second bite. Whiffing even more miserably. I rolled a 4 and a 3.
Crazy.
That is going to bring us back to the Lieutenant's turn, who is currently suppressed and slowed. Which is real funky for him. We don't like that. So you know what? He's going to look over at you, Halicon. Actually, no. It's objectively funnier. Halicon, would you like to make a reactive strike as he strides away?
I will never say no to that question.
We'll find a situation where you will. Don't worry. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
17.
Fantastic. Unfortunately, seemingly unaffected by the fire and having a fiendish constitution, resisting some of the physical damage as well. So not nearly as strong of a blow as you think it should be. But he is going to run over here and try and take a bite out of Thinker. Because it's objectively the funny choice.
The dog is?
No, this guy is biting you. The elephant head.
Mr. Elephant's trying to bite you.
Yeah.
Don't think I have a comeuppance for that.
So please take 11 points of piercing damage.
That's a shame.
And it gets worse. Give me a fortitude save.
How dare you?
This man has poisonous teeth.
What is that natural one?
Ooh. How dare you re-roll that? You coward.
No.
You coward. You could have taken a single failure just to see what it does.
I will admit to being morbidly curious.
It was a
But it's
fun
funnier to
poison,
make
too.
you. It's funnier to make you upset.
It was a fun poison, and you're just gonna let it go to waste like that? It's your turn, Thinker. Slowed my guy's ass. How could you?
I would chicken it.
Thank you, Durgesh. I appreciate you.
So, first action. Fuck you. The spell.
It's gonna make him off guard.
I get 3 wisps, I believe.
Oh, good. I still haven't made a wisp tokens for you out of spite.
It's fine. You don't
Checks
need to
out.
make me wisp tokens. 2 of them are going to be in between these 2 creatures here. One will be directing on this one on this one on this one. I
Okay.
need all 3 of them to make will saves.
Sounds good. And this is against being off guard until the end of their next turn.
Yes.
Fantastic. Hellhound 1 succeeds. Hellhound... this one crit fails, but Lieutenant Invacor also succeeds.
Cool. Recall knowledge.
Yeah.
As this is the signature spell, so I get to sustain for free. How did they get here?
How did they get here? Ooh.
How the fuck?
They're devils. Devils operate based on contracts. These people are panicking. Invacor is a Sigvir, a propaganda devil that causes or gets people to sign contracts through their fear. You don't have any of the any words to describe it and tell you are correct on the matter, but
That's
panicked
probably bad.
family that was trapped in the astral sea, if the father made a deal to save their lives but didn't read the contract thoroughly enough, that would be something that Invacor here could have made use of to arrive. You also do get to force new saves with the Wisps, hilariously. Because it does not specify that it is the first time you sustain. It is just each time you sustain, you can attempt to distract creatures. So, would we like some more will saves?
However, I'm not sustaining the spell.
Oh, you're just sustaining your icy.
Because it's my signature spell, it counts as an anchor spell.
Thank you. That's what it was. I did not realize that's what you were going for. Cool,
So
cool,
I'm
cool, cool, cool.
sustaining. Yeah, using my anchor spell, I'm sustaining.
Awesome.
It. And then third and final action.
I see. It's when you're inside your quantum field specifically, they become anchoring.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool. Love it.
That's not gonna be much help. Shield.
Classic. Not even moving away, just face tanking with shield. Honestly, based.
How would I move?
Durgesh, hit things.
I'm going to roar in this stupid guy's face and tell him I'm going to make keys out of his tusks.
Fantastic.
As I intimidate.
All right, that does fail, unfortunately. They have quite good will saves.
I rolled a 10 on that.
You did.
I'm going to hero point that
Yeah.
because I would like this to work.
I think that's a success, so he will become frightened 1. Would you like to use your free action?
Yeah. Well, yes. I would like to use that.
Good old menacing
snarl.
snarl. Make him frightened 2.
And then for my next trick, I'm going to... what's this do? Oh, neat.
Violently hit something.
I'm actually going to activate my Dread Martial stance.
Hey, get the damage bonus flowing.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
That's a success.
Whoop. And now I shall hit him with the Panglaive.
Fantastic.
And miss.
And all of that for a miss. Fantastic. Love it.
And I am out of hero points.
Unfortunate.
Well, he's frightened to everyone else as well.
He is, yes. Halicon, that is going to bring us to you. You have a near-death Hellhound and 2 other enemies who are barely injured. One of which is off guard, the other of which is frightened 2.
I'm gonna attempt to finish off this Hellhound in front of me.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, that's it.
I think
no,
that'll
that's
probably do it.
14.
Wonderful. That will be enough, even with the fire immunities. They are, at the end of the day, just Hellhounds, and one of them does fall to your blades.
Alright, and then we're gonna move forward.
Sounds good.
And then, with my last action... I'm just gonna smack him. I considered tripping him, but I think I'm just gonna hit him. Yeah, alright.
That's a hit.
I should actually be in Graviton for this. Which does matter. For 29.
You already rolled
Wait.
to attack, good sir.
Yeah,
Yes, I clicked the wrong button. I meant to roll damage.
Hits either way.
20.
And even with his resistances, that is a hefty amount for him to try and deal with. The blows are definitely beginning to stack up. Amara, that's going to bring us to you. You definitely hear the sounds of combat. You can see a single Hellhound at this moment in time.
I'm going to reach out and touch.
Casual crit.
Yeah.
shoot between Thinker's tentacles.
Ignoring cover because of aim.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are
just
any surprised?
instantly sniping this Hellhound to near death.
And then running reload.
Sounds good. Just running up to the best of your ability. Getting closer. Fantastic. That brings us to the Hellhound. That is going to, first and foremost, breathe fire, because it has yet to do so. So it is going to unleash its Hellfire Breath. Like that. So I am going to need Halicon and Durgesh. To each of you, please give me a reflex save.
Oh.
Yes.
Nat There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what you're supposed to do.
Fantastic.
Yeah, ball work.
So that'll be a simple 9 fire to you, Durgesh, as you take half damage here. However, I do still have 2 bites left. The first bite is going to go into you, Durgesh, seeing that you are currently the most injured. And is finally going to hit you. Unfortunately, the other Hellhound is dead, so he does not get pack attack, which is what I wanted last turn.
Nope.
But is going to be 17 total damage to you.
Ow.
And the dog's last action is actually going to be to prepare to aid Invicor's attack. Which...
Man, I need healing. Oh.
Off guard does fall off at the end of its turn, or is that at the end of Thinker's next turn with Wisp
Its
Ally?
turn.
Its turn?
So it's technically supposed to make the save at the start of its turn. So I think no, it makes a save when I sustain.
Yeah, it's when you cast or sustain, and if they fail until the end of their next turn. Perfect. Okay, got the wording right. Cool. Then we are going to give the aid to Invicor real quick, just to see.
No, it's no fail.
Oop. Getting a success, but not a crit success. And Invicor here is going to... Man, him being slowed really fucks with him. Entirely prevents him from doing his cool shit, and I'm so sad. Is going to attempt to bite you again, Thinker. Actually, is going to stride first if you would like to reactive strike Halicon.
Yes, I would.
You were asking if I wanted to reactive strike.
No.
I think I can.
That's a hit.
I want to reactive strike.
Oh my god,
Strike
damage.
is the
Stop,
best.
please. As he is going to move to here to get flanking to help deal with the frightened he's got going on, and then try and bite you, Thinker. Which I do believe hits.
Will hit me.
For a grand total of 13 piercing damage this time. You
Okay,
can shield
and
block if you would like.
I will.
Okay. Fantastic. Your shield does shatter with that and make you unable to use it for the next 10 minutes. But hey, benefits. You did take damage though, so I do need a new fortitude save. Unfortunately, the DC is much lower. But that still fails.
Damn.
Let's
No,
go.
How terrible. Oh, this is so awful.
Take
If only
6
there was
points of
something I could
poison.
do about it.
Fuck you. How fucking dare you? Let me have this, you shitlord. I'm gonna throw Thinker out of an airlock. And then I'm gonna throw you out of a window.
Oh no.
Take
God,
your fucking
I was
turn,
waiting for
Thinker.
you to do that. I was waiting for you.
I'm going to kill you in real life.
God, I'm so glad that went the way I thought it would.
I'm going to find you and end your life. That was amazing.
You know exactly where I am.
I
baby.
do. I am on a
Oh,
plane
good
as we
Lord.
speak. Delta Wi-Fi is what this session is brought to you by.
Oh my fucking god.
Love it. Fantastic. What you got with your turn, Thinker?
Oh lord. I will sustain my. I'm not gonna sustain my wisps. Those are done.
Okay.
Those are gone. I will sustain my entropy. I will sustain my quantum field for another recall knowledge.
Why not just sustain wisps? Because it gives anchoring while you're in your quantum field.
Even when I sustain, I thought it was only when I cast it.
That's a good question on the wording. Anchoring spells. Oh, and cast a signature spell. I mean, it says it gains the anchoring trait when you cast it, so I would assume even if you are sustaining, it still has anchoring. That would make sense to me.
I'll take that ruling. That
Yeah.
worked a lot better for me.
You can absolutely keep it up.
Yeah, sustain 2 on him, 1 on the Hellhound.
Fantastic. Can you go ahead and give me it in
16.
chat, please?
Oh yes, let me.
Just so I have a save button again.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Whoops. That's not the button I wanted to click. I still get 1 more spell.
Yes, which the Hellhound will fail, but of course
He's off guard.
he has to make a second one. The lieutenant remains
cool.
just fine.
Recall knowledge.
Mhm.
Vulnerabilities on. Damage resistance and vulnerabilities.
Yeah. Taking a look at the lieutenant, he's a devil, very clearly. Seems to be taking on the general devil resistances of a resistance to physical damage that is bypassed by silver. Because he also has poison in his teeth, you're fairly confident he's going to have a bit of resistance to poison. However, he is a holy entity at the same time, and a decently strong one, so holy is going to be a weakness. Sorry, he's an unholy entity. Holy is a weakness.
Yeah, a little confused about your wording there. But
I'm
perfect.
aware, shut up.
That means that my my action is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's not technological, so he'll
He's
just
not.
be taking the void damage.
But could be pretty painful. He is still
Pretty
frightened
painful.
1.
It's not gonna hit.
Unfortunate. It's
I have
almost like
nothing
you
to-
used your single focus point to re-roll a poison save. That could have been used on an attack roll.
That's very fair.
Huh.
Counterpoint, really fucking funny when I did it.
Fair.
It was really funny.
Fair.
Back to there.
I just have to humble you where I can.
I'll take it. I'm humbled.
So-
I'm with it. I made a
We
bad
got the
call,
funny
but you know
moment,
what?
but
Who cares?
to be fair, the poison of the Sigvir does more than just poison damage. It frightens you with
Yeah.
it, which is pretty
I
zesty.
think it was probably better that
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't make that hit.
Fantastic. Anything else with your turn? I believe that's it. Yes, sustain
All 3 of
and...
my actions.
Awesome. Durgesh, commit violence.
Oh boy, violence. Let's see, 5. Oops.
This is where I
Shit,
reveal
what's
my
this figure?
Hellhound as reactive strike.
Oh well.
He doesn't, but...
We all
And-
believe you.
Oh, this is unfortunate. I can't get to the flank.
Darn you and your 20 movement speed.
Yeah. But I will move to here so Halakon can get a flank.
Makes sense.
And then I shall smack him with my glaive. And maybe you'll actually get off that 4. Get off that 4. No.
17's not going to do it, my guy. I'm sorry.
You better watch out. I'm going to hit you one of these times. Ah, there we go.
Well, you proved it.
Tick damage.
19 points of slashing. He's got resistance to physical, but everything you guys have been doing is definitely stacking up. Oof.
Eat chainsaw, dummy.
Oh, the most ruthless of insults. Halcon, what can you finish off?
Is a good question. I'm going to be cocky and attack the Hellhound later.
Okay.
I'm gonna move here.
Yeah.
Gonna hit this guy with barely a hit, but
That is,
a hit
yeah, an
nonetheless.
exact hit. Durgesh getting that
Is it-
flanking position was key. And
17.
taking some heavy damage. He is still standing, though.
All right, and then second attack. I trust Amara. Second attack against the Hellhound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of that off guard, getting a hit, and most certainly finishing it off. Leaving, of course, a shot heard round the world to Amara to finish off this devil.
Get him.
You won't see it coming
the-
from there.
You got the sniping duo
You
thing as well,
never
right?
see
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Shut up, Persona.
No.
As a bullet, the first one impacting the Hellhound and nearly instantly killing it. A second shot, much less powerful, but still placed in just the right spot to compound on the blows of Thinker, Durgash, and Helicon, hitting the Sigvir here, Lieutenant Invicor, right in the back of the head, and allowing Amara to reload as she reaches the rest of the group. Unfortunately, there are no more enemies here with which to impact. At least not with your normal weapons, as the scanners begin to blare, approaching a massive ship.
Uh-oh. We should
One
leave.
that even with your upgrades, you are not likely to be able to take on.
Not likely, so there's a chance.
Look, this ship has miniguns, okay?
If you think you can take on a capital class destroyer right now,
But miniguns.
by all means try.
We definitely can't, but it'd be funny to throw trash at it.
You know what? Fair. That would certainly piss Malakanta off.
Right? You get it.
But as you guys take down these devils, the Wise family in shock at what just happened and like completely sort of stunned as to what to do next, you all are certainly going to be the quickest to act and to dictate what gets done. But we'll have to figure out what that is next session.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for playing.
Thank you.
Glad to be back and looking forward to what you all get up to next time.
Time in 3 weeks.
No, it'll be next week. Shut up. As whatever happens with the Infernal Directive here will be the end of Book 2 of this campaign. And we'll be moving into the final stretch of Drift Crashers at the very least. So, look forward to it, and I will see you all then.
Yeah.
Bye!